Hello everyone, welcome to the United Stand. It's Manchester United versus RB Leipzig in the Champions League, and this is our live match build-up and watch-along. I hope you're all doing very well. Interesting. I just want to say as well, loads of people keep telling me that it's Leipzig. Actually, this is one area where I never am right, so I'm going to milk it and say, did you know that actually, even though it looks like it is Leipzig, it is pronounced Leipzig? So there's a little bit of German town pronunciation lesson for you there. It actually is Leipzig. It's official. And there we go. Early bridge, says Lewis. I am a little bit early because, again, it's a Champions League night and on a Wednesday, and I suppose the novelty still stands, doesn't it? So yeah, there's a few leaked team news, and I you know, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about, you know, the big burning issue is this is a big game tonight. Bane, it's not. It is a big game, and I think that you've got to look at it and say that Manchester United cannot afford to lose this game tonight. Now, how the team's going to line up, I think, is very interesting. As you can see with the team on the left, I've got De Gea. Score prediction marks as Sam Hardwick. I'm going to go with a draw in this. But I've got De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Twansebi, Maguire, Luke Shaw, Matic, Fred, Bruno, Van der Beek, Martial, Rashford. I think that team there is electrifying. It's electrifying. It's John Travolta. It's electrifying if you know Greece. And there's absolutely no reason not to pick this team. Now, of course, we know Scott McTominay's going to start. And I call him McTominay because I like Scott McTominay, but he is not on any Premier League top 4 side, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, or any other league in the world. Is Scott McTominay a midfielder as a starter? So why is he starting for Manchester United? There's a myth around him, so it's Scott McTominay. I'm sure he's going to start. I'm sure Fred's going to start, and God knows what other team he's going to put out there. But hopefully it's a good one. And I think that the thing that excites me, really excites me, is that we are playing a game whereby Lindelof is not... Chelsea have just scored. Chelsea have just scored. I've said it twice. So good I said it twice. But we are playing a side who, in effect, is a decent side, but also Lindelof is not part, as we understand it, Lindelof is not part of the team today, and we don't think that Telles is as well. So this is an opportunity. I mean, the Telles thing is disappointing, but this is an opportunity to put out a side that is the side that can really start to build forward. And I tweeted it earlier, I don't know what you think, but I think that Harry Maguire and Twansebi at the back. Whatever you think about Maguire, and there's no doubting he's been a bit dodgy lately. Whatever you think about Maguire, he's aerially, that's his strength. And Twansebi is fast. So I think that there is a real opportunity here for Manchester United to put out a centre-back pairing as a 2, because it was a 3 against Mbappe. Remember, Twansebi played really well against PSG, and he did. But that was a 3 in a back 5. This is an opportunity to play a back 4 with Twansebi and Harry Maguire. Now, I believe that Ollie wanted to do this a year ago, and Twansebi got injured. So tonight, we could see what I think has been Ollie's plan all along, which is to go and play Maguire and Twansebi as a centre-back pairing, and you see how they complement each other. They might take a little bit of time, but there's everything there. They're both decent on the ball. They're both physical. One's fast. One's not. One's good in the air. One's not so good in the air. So they're really going to complement each other really well. So I'm really hoping that that is what we're going to see today. Why is Telles injured? I don't know, Sean. Come to Manchester as a defender and get injured in the autumn. It just seems to be what always happens, unfortunately. But hopefully it won't be a long-term thing, because he's only played like an hour, hasn't he? And then he's got himself injured. So I think that'd be a little bit disappointed if there's anything in that. If you've got any sort of team news or anything like that, let us know. That would be good to know. But I think that the way that we are at the moment is, I've got no reason to believe that can't be the lineup, apart from the fact that I do think that Scott McTominay is going to start. I'm just living in denial. David Lee says that Telles is not injured. Do we know why he was not part of the team at the weekend then? Why would you not have him on the bench? Doesn't make any sense, does it really? So, but I'm just going to message Flex now. I might have a bit of team news here. See if I can get you a leaked team. Sometimes I can message somebody and get it. I haven't even thought about it today. Yeah, I think people are just joking. So for once, it looks like Manchester United have kept it quite quiet in the Champions League, which is good. That's good. That is quite good, actually. Greenwood in line to start, I would guess, says Jordan O'Neill. And is Donny playing, says Peter McCormack. Well, the team has not officially come out yet. 1-0 Chelsea and Neymar's injured for PSG, says Joel Morris. That's good news. And Chef Cardo has confirmed the squad. As we know, there is no Lindelof and there is no Telles in that confirmed squad. Mark won a Champions League earlier and is now doing watch-along when the reality hits, says the unknown. Yeah, thanks everyone who tuned in for that, actually. I really enjoyed that this afternoon. Season 1, and I've won the Champions League with Manchester United, which doesn't normally happen, but you can check that out on that Mark Goldbridge Football. Spaghetti Bolognese for my tea, Connor. Thanks for the super chats that are coming in. We've got another one from Sam Folds. He says, do you think the reason Donny van de Beek hasn't been given a chance is because originally Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't want him? He was an Ed Woodward signing, cheap, not 60 million Grealish. There might be something in that. And Wrestle India says, okay, I can have a look at that then. But, you know, if Telles isn't actually injured, it makes absolutely no sense why you wouldn't even have him on the bench against Chelsea. Absolutely no sense at all. And I can't really see a reason for it. So, yeah, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. Mark, what is your opinion on FC United of Manchester, says Ivan Drago. Thanks for the super chat there. My opinion on it is that I think it's a very good idea that, you know, a certain section of fans had had enough of the club under the Glazers and the way the club was being run, and they decided that they were going to, you know, walk away from Manchester United and do their own thing. So, you know, you can't knock somebody for doing that. But in the long term, you know, has it really made any difference? The Glazers are still here. Thoughts on all the English, on the all English defence? Brexit FC, says Donald. Well, it's not all English, Donald, is it? Because David De Gea is not English. But I do want to see Maguire and Twansebi. I think it's something that, you know, when that graphic changes on my left, you become very aware that there isn't a load of English players in that team anymore. You know, certainly not in my midfield, and Martial's French as well. So it's nice to have English players in an English club, but they've got to be good enough. They've got to be good enough. And I've never really thought of Manchester United like that. It's a nice bonus, isn't it? I always liked having Roy Keane, and I would love us to have an Irish player because, you know, I just think it's something that I've always associated with United that we don't really have anymore. And obviously we're an English club, so it's nice to have English players in the team. But they've got to be good enough. They've got to be good enough. Do you think United could field a team with Van der Beek, Bruno and Pogba without a holding midfielder? Also, do you prefer Martial or Cavani as a long-term number 9, says Fahir Kamel? Well, you can't play Bruno, Pogba and Van der Beek without another midfielder in there. That's impossible. There's probably no team in the Premier League you could do that against, even Fulham. You know, you've got to have a balance there, definitely. As for the long term, there is no long term with Cavani. He's a short term option, isn't he? He's 33 and a half, so he'll be done in about 18 months. So long term, it's Martial for me. What's your thoughts on Deu Upamecano, says Victor. Looking forward to seeing him tonight. I'm not going to pretend to say that I've watched loads of him. I've seen a fair bit of him, but not consistently, and it'll be interesting to see what he's like tonight because hopefully we can challenge him with the likes of Martial and Rashford. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do, and I think, you know, it's not a secret that Manchester United have been in for him. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. Thanks for the super chat there. Michael McGarry says, well, Mark, do you think Ollie will adapt for Leipzig 3-3-1 formation, and do you think the diamond is suitable? Michael, I mean, what for? Look, we're in this privileged position where a few minutes before the official team news comes out, and I love this sort of interaction and chat we have before the team news comes out. Let's get in the comments then. What formation do you think we're going to play? Because I would love to see the diamond. I'll tell you what, I'll be stunned if we do. I really don't think we're going to see it. I think there's more chance of us seeing a back five than there is of seeing a diamond. I would hope with no Telles and Lindelof, we won't see a back five. I don't want to see us playing a back five at home this season. Not against anybody. Man City, Liverpool, nobody. I don't want to see us playing a back five. So I think that it will be... I don't think it will be a diamond, though. So I think that that back four should be the back four that it is. But I think we'll see a 4-2-3-1. I think we'll see Fred and McTominay for the fourth game in a row in less than 2 weeks, which is odd. And then I think we'll see Bruno, Rashford, Martial, and maybe Greenwood. Maybe he'll go back to playing that 4-3-3 again, and you'll see no Pogba, no Van der Beek. I don't know. So it's going to be quite interesting how that works out. Van der Beek is starting and Bruno's to be rested, says Temi Tope. I mean, in a way, I'd be quite sad about that. I'd be excited by it, but I'd be a bit sad about it because I don't know what you think, but I don't want this. It only feeds into this false narrative that Bruno and Pogba can't play in the same team. Imagine Bruno and Van der Beek. Imagine if Bruno doesn't start tonight and Donny does, and we play well. All you're going to get for the next few days is you've got to drop Bruno. You've got to drop Bruno for Donny. You can't take Donny out of the team. And then we have this thing that we don't think seem to be able to escape at this football club, which is this competition between players. Oh, it's Pogba or Bruno. It's Rashford or Martial. And it's like they play for the same bloody club. And there is no doubt in my mind that Bruno and Donny can play in the same team. That's what I want to see tonight. I want to see them playing in the same team. So, yeah. This is not the official lineup, by the way. There are a few leaks sort of coming out on socials, so we'll bear those in mind. But there's nothing definite yet. In fact, the team there is a team here that has come out, and I'll give it to you now. And I don't know whether it's true or not. David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw. Well, I don't know how Lindelof can be playing because he's not meant to be there. Fred, McTominay, Pogba, Van der Beek, Greenwood, Martial. So that would be an interesting team, I think, in many ways. But what formation would that be? And we didn't think that Lindelof was in the squad. And is it a diamond? It's quite interesting. And would Pogba play the more advanced in the diamond? So look, I wouldn't be unhappy with that team. Rashford's not starting as well. So, look, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But in essence, what that team would be is... let me just move some of the graphics around so I can show you. Where's the players? Where's Bruno? So where Bruno is here, you probably put Pogba there. And obviously... instead of Rashford, you'd have Greenwood. And instead of Matic, you would have McTominay. I'm not opposed to it if it's a diamond. I think if he moves towards that. Mark, are you sure Telles isn't in the squad? Because Ollie said it's the same squad as PSG, says Harrison Sunner. Mate, I think there's a little bit of confusion. Thanks for the super chat. There's a bit of confusion, isn't there? Because Lindelof's in the league team. And Telles is apparently part of the squad, even though he's not in the league lineup. So... It's a bit all over the place. We'll see what's happening. I think the team will come out at 8 o'clock. And Peter says the Leaks lineup is De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Fred, McTominay, Van der Beek, Pogba, Greenwood and Martial. You know, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that as the team. I'm not going to change it on screen yet. I'd like to see that as the team. Although I would say again, am I the only one here? I'm the only one here. But am I the only one here who thinks that it's crazy that we have picked Fred and McTominay for 4 games in a row, and yet Ollie sits there yesterday in front of the world saying it's really important to have a squad, you know, we don't want to overuse players, and yet we've not seen Matic hardly at all. And I think Matic gets forgotten. He's a good player. Neymar's gone off injured. PSG whacking balls to Mbappe and inshallah, very poor side, this PSG team, says Chris. And... doesn't the team come out at 6:45? I think it might be 7 o'clock on... I think 6:40. I think an hour and a quarter is Europa League. And I think that Elias says it's not crazy. I'm with you, Mark. But yeah, I think it might be 7 o'clock the team comes out. I'm never too sure with the Champions League. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, get involved. And thank you everyone who's tuning in a little bit early with us today. And what's your predictions as Elite Hydra? Well, I think I'm going to obviously wait until I see the team news of both sides. But I do think it will end up, I think it will end up with a draw. I don't think we're going to get beaten. I've got my lucky pyjama bottoms on, as you can see. They've done me well over the last few games. League team, I'm happy. Grant, Fosu Menza, Jones, Rojo, Williams, McTominay, James, Mata, Lingard, Palestri and Agallo, says Robert McCormack. Imagine if he didn't put that team out. Imagine if he did put that team out. I'd laugh. I'd laugh in desperation and fear, I think, but I would laugh. Apparently the lineup is out on United Twitter, so we'll have a look. It's not. I think it's going to come out at 7, but we'll keep an eye. We will keep an eye on it. Kyle says, I really hope we win tonight, but the formation might be 4-2-3-1. De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Twansebi, Shaw, Fred, McTominay, Greenwood, Van der Beek, Rashford, Martial. Well, I've heard that Pogba is starting, and Van der Beek is starting, says Korshik. Team comes out at 6:45. And there's a few people now saying that the team is out, so let's have a look. Still not got it out. I think it comes out at 7 o'clock. We're in this debate world now, aren't we? Of when the team comes, when the boat comes in. No, I'm not getting anything yet. Ain't getting nothing. Yet. No. It says 7 PM. Thank you, Busman Brent. Line up on the Twitter app. Question mark says the United stand. And Van der Beek deserves to start today unless Ollie is planning something else in his mind, says Sharas. I mean, what I would say, if this league team is true, and it's not the one that's on there at the moment, it's not got Bruno in it, but it has got Donny in it, it's definitely playing to the fans. And apparently the team might be on the app. Rojo is starting as well. Oh, it's all going off. I still think Bruno should have started. My girlfriend Andriana hates that I watch you all the time, so good job, keep up the good work, says Curtis Russell. Okay, yeah, we've got the team. It's just come out a minute ago. So Ollie's made 5 changes to the side that drew with Chelsea on Monday, and the headline news is that Van der Beek starts for the first time since the Carabao Cup game with Brighton. It's De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Matic, Pogba, Fred, Van der Beek, Greenwood and Martial. Bruno is on the bench. Rashford is on the bench. Twansebi is on the bench. McTominay is on the bench. So it wasn't actually quite the team that got leaked. I think I'm happy with that team. It's pretty much could be the team that I've got on the screen, really, because Pogba plays, Bruno doesn't. And I'm just wondering if Pogba's going to play in this role. Obviously, we've got no Marcus Rashford, and we need to put in Mason Greenwood, who is our number 11, as we know. And I would imagine, you know, maybe put maybe put Greenwood there. And I mean, disappointing that there's no Axel Twansebi. I think that's always going to be a disappointment. Lindelof plays, so I think. Hello. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it? So, yeah, that's your lineup. I mean, whether that's going to be the lineup, I don't know. But it's interesting, isn't it? I think what we can take away from this is that there is no guarantee if you're in a press conference now that you're going to start, because McTominay doesn't start, and I'm really happy about that. I don't think he should be starting. I think Matic deserves a start today, and I mean, look, ideally, what you want to see today is you want to see Van der Beek and Pogba have a really good game, and then against Arsenal, you have decisions to make. That's what we want to see. So, I mean, look, is it fan pressure that Van der Beek is starting? I don't know. Welcome to the Members Club, Gronoth. Thank you for joining. You can do that by clicking the join button and supporting the channel. You'll get a little bit of you'll get a badge next to your name, as I said. But that is the side. Ollie watches the United stand. I mean, look, literally, we've only changed. Well, look, we've changed 3 players from my predicted lineup: Lindelof to Twansebi, Pogba for Bruno, and Greenwood for Rashford. It doesn't mean we're going to line up like that, and we could play around with it a little bit. Vandy Candy says he's so happy. Yes, and Donny too. Nice to Donny get game time. Super chat coming in from Bryce Jones. I would love Ollie to succeed, but his team choices are really starting to concern me. He did this at Cardiff as well. Too many changes to the team. And what's up with Tellez, says Luke Erasmus. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, actually. Perfect time to rest, Bruno, says Wrestle India. And no Tellez on the bench, as I said. Fosu Mensah, Henderson, Mengi, Twansebi, Williams, Fernandez, James, Mata, McTominay, Cavani, Agallo, Rashford. Remember that these players we can make 5 substitutions, so you do make more. Welcome to the Members Club, Ryan Hatfield. Thanks for joining there. And so, yes, Donny van der Beek starts. I think that's what we all wanted. We can't moan about that. And it's interesting that the Manchester United app has gone with a diamond as well. So what they've done is something a little bit different to me. They've gone with Donny van der Beek in this position. And they've got Fred across in this shit. What have I done to Fred? What have I done to you, Fred? They've got Fred, who's gone a little bit big now. They've got Fred in that position, and they've got Paul Pogba here. So, probably more like that. So that's how they've gone with it. So they've got Van der Beek, Pogba, Fred like that. So we'll see. We'll see how it lines up. But look, it's funny because a few minutes ago, it was Matic is starting, not McTominay. You had me all panicky there, Danny King. And predictions for United, Leipzig and Barcelona versus Juventus is Ethan Cleverly. 2-2 United and Leipzig and 2-2 in Barcelona Juventus. Nice lineup. The question is how good we will do without Bruno. Leipzig isn't a bad side, says Like a Boss PP. And delighted to see Pogba play in that position. He was unstoppable when Ollie took over and played him there, says Oren Gallagher. And Mark, do you think it will be 4-2-3-1 with Van der Beek on the left and Pogba at number 10? He's been playing Pogba there recently off the bench, says Kieran Stewart. And was Pogba worth the 90 million? He's been here for a few years now and hasn't met that high level of consistency. Should we sell and invest in the team, says Ads. Well, I think it's the rhetorical question, Ads, and I think we will end up selling him at some point. Lingard is the forgotten man, says Ash G. I mean, Lingard's actually injured, to be fair. But no, look, if we were literally talking 5 minutes before the team news came out about what the team news is going to be. Will he play a diamond? And I said, I don't think he will, even though it's the team. I did a video on it on Monday, what's United's best 11. I did it on the preview. This is how I would play, and I think a lot of you would do it. So if we are playing a diamond, then we cannot moan about the way Ollie sets this team up. You know, we can't. We've got to go with it and be happy with it. Now, the reality is, can he coach that team to play the right way? And look, I think from the midfield forward, it's a really exciting side. Greenwood and Martial up front are mobile. Can they work together? Donny van der Beek, Pogba, Fred, mobile. Matic is better than McTominay. And then Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof and Maguire should be good enough defensively. But it's going to be interesting, I think. It's going to be really interesting. The fans bullied Ollie to start Van der Beek, says Yazir. I don't think that would happen, because if we could bully him, we never would have let him pick Dan James twice, would we? So I don't think we can take any credit for that. But I like the team. I do like the team. Let's have a look at... well, I say let's have a look. I want to have a look at the Leipzig side, but I don't know whether they've put it out yet. Because how they line up is going to be interesting. And they haven't actually put their team out yet, Leipzig, which is a little bit disappointing because they normally do come out at the same time. Why is 4-2-2 never considered by anyone? 4-2-2-2 never considered by anyone, says Hadrian Wong. I don't think it really exists, Adrian, and I know that it does, but I just don't know. 4-2-2-2, it's like, it really is probably a diamond, really. Yeah. I mean, 4-2-2-2 could be what we're playing, to be fair. Is Rashford injured, says Nikolai Zimmer? No, I think with Rashford it's about giving him a bit of game time. And Mohammed says, Mark is obsessed with the diamond. You should know that the diamond can expose us so much on both flanks. Leipzig play high counter-press football using flanks. I'm actually not obsessed by the diamond. I'm far from obsessed by the diamond. In fact, you can find videos of me quite recently saying I'm not obsessed by the diamond. I don't even like it. It's a very recent phenomenon for me, where I've looked at this team and said, we didn't get Sancho, we haven't really got any wide players, and we've got a lot of midfielders, so we need to exploit what we're good at. And I think Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka are very good defensive fullbacks, so I think they can work very well in a diamond. And I also think that, look, I mean, let me just grab Pogba here as an example. If they're going to come down the left-hand side, Pogba can just drop in there anyway. I think the diamond done properly becomes almost like a trap to move the team across. So I think the diamond's a very acceptable way to play, and I hope that that's what we're doing today. But it could be something very different, as people have said. You could see Fred here. You could see where is Nemanja Matic? You could see Matic here, and you could see Mason Greenwood here, and you could see Paul Pogba over here, and you could see Martial here. So we could be playing that, which isn't bad. Again, it's not bad, and some people might prefer that. Well, I mean, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the diamond or do you prefer that? Because we could be playing that. Good rest for Bruno and Rashford. Played every game so far. Fred Matic will bully that midfield. Lethal attacking four of Pogba, Donny van der Beek, Martial and Mason, says M.A. Very happy with the team I am. Our fullbacks need protection. That is why it is difficult to play with wingers, says Nikhil. And I bet Donny will get taken off for Bruno, confirming the coaches think it's either him or Bruno, says Ethriel. And Pogba finally getting a run out in his preferred role, left side box to box. I think we're going to see him at his best today, says Oliver HD. Mark, will you have a tequila with me when the United stand finally do a meet-up, says Joshua, 100%. And Mark, United need to save themselves for Sunday, their second biggest test so far this season, says Zayn Miasi. Well, you've got your biggest test of the season tomorrow, haven't you? Dundalk, bloody hell! That's with all due respect to Dundalk. That's like some sort of charity game, isn't it? And you're playing Dundalk tomorrow. It's hilarious. Daniel Curtis prefers the 4-2-3-1, and McTominay isn't starting. No, Mark, we didn't have a proper CDM to unlock Pogba. Says we love sports for life. And is Tellez injured? Yes. Well, I think he is. He must be. He's not part of the squad again, so he's got to be, hasn't he? Van der Beek in the style. Look, I mean, I think. I need to make a few notes here. Van der Beek. I mean, I'm very happy with that lineup, as I'm sure many of you are as well. Man United have announced it as a diamond in midfield, says Ryan FTW, which is good. And Mark, my birthday is today, so I hope United win, says Salah Ahmed. Happy birthday to Salah. And I'm sure Ollie is watching the United stand after seeing the lineup, says Sebastian Bodry. Well, look, whether people like it or not, and whether you like your comments being read out or not, there are people who watch the United stand, and I know that for a fact. We know that for a fact. Whether Ollie's one of those people, who knows? I don't know whether you saw after the Burnley game that Spurs played on Monday night, Jose Mourinho. This is really telling to you as a football fan. Jose Mourinho put a picture up in the dressing room after they just got a late winner over Burnley. And all the players are sat on their phones. He's walking into the dressing room to do the team talk afterwards, and they're all sat there on their phones, like in their kits. They're not in the shower. They're on their phones. What are they on the phones for? They're not saying, "Can you pick me up a bloody Deliveroo on the way back?" How would you do that? They deliver it to your house. But they're on social media. They're looking at what's being said. Now, they might be looking, whoever knows what they're looking at, but footballers have a lot of spare time. Footballers spend a lot of time on social media. So footballers are probably seeing a lot of your tweets as well, a lot of your comments. That's just the way the modern world works. Does it? I don't really care. It's not like they're going to come on, is it? But they definitely do keep an eye. Diamond good in my opinion, says Mr. Hon. Leipzig box out the midfield, so need numbers there. Just worried about how Pogba and Matic will do against the Leipzig press. Well, look, at the end of the day, we can't moan. It's not Mata. It's not Dan James. It's a team we would have picked. I personally would have picked... I think Ollie watches only Ricky's videos, says Sarami. Well, I think he was watching Ricky's videos because Ricky wanted to go with the Fred, McTominay, Mata, Dan James. He likes that balance. But I think now he's probably watching our videos, isn't it? Dean James says, is it a diamond? Well, according to what people are saying... It is a diamond, yes. It is a diamond that is being picked. So we're going to find out. But on the app and on Manchester United's Twitter page, it does have a diamond. I've just moved that to show you a different way that we could be playing. We could be playing a 4-2-3-1, which is what we played against Chelsea and Newcastle. So we could be doing that, of course. But we might not be as well. So we will find out. We will find out. But I'm going to move it back in a moment. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Appreciation for that. And I think we're in for a really good game tonight. Looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to it. And I think that we're going to get a good one. I really do. I mean, from a watch point of view, it's going to be very good because we're going to get to see... We're going to get to see Donny play. My telly's gone off. Why has my telly gone off? I don't like that. I don't like it when it goes off. Come back on, telly. That's all right. It's all right. You're going to lose 3-0, says Bub. I just want to see what the Leipzig team is, actually. Is it out? We'll find out for you. Okay, so the Leipzig team is Galassi, Angelino, Upamecano, Konate. They've done it in number order here, so it's hard to read. But Upamecano and Konate as the two centre-backs. I actually like Konate. I do like Konate. He's keep your eye on him. Number 6, plays next to Upamecano. Poulsen's playing, Forsberg is playing, and Kunku, I like him as well. Holstenberg, Olmo, Henriks, and Campbell. No Sabitzer, he's on the bench. And no Kluivert, he's on the bench as well. Sorloth is on the bench. And trying to see if there's any other players that you'd be interested in. So, yeah, they've got Poulsen starting, who's mobile and fast. And Danny Olmo's a very good player. We were linked to him. And, yeah, keep an eye out for Konate, the other centre-back with Upamecano. So it's going to be interesting. They're going to play with a high intensity, as we know, and I think that's going to be a good thing. So, yeah, I'm excited to see. Remember, we did play a diamond against Everton, and we were very poor in that game, I felt. I thought we didn't play... I didn't think we played the diamond particularly well, actually, and our front two ended up like wing-backs. So we don't want to see that again. Do you find it worrying Ollie might not like playing Donny and Bruno together, as he may think it's one or the other, says Seb Reby. I do, Seb. I do. I think that's one thing that I said before the team news came out. And it worries me a little bit that Ollie may have the same wrong opinion of people like in the media and some fans out there. Did you see the interview with Fjortoft today, says Nicolay? No, I didn't. If you want to give us some headlines from it, that would be good. But yeah, I do think that there may be we'll find out, won't we? We'll find out. I mean, Bruno Fernandes has to start against Arsenal. He's our most important player. You can't drop Bruno for his performance against Chelsea and then not bring him back in. Probably the same as Rashford. So he's got to pick him, and I want to see Bruno and Van der Beek in the same team without a shadow of a doubt. But the issue I think we've got is, I don't think you can get Bruno, Pogba and Van der Beek in the same team, which is why you've got Matic and why you've got Fred playing today. But there you go. Flex, can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Good. We are at... we've got nearly 30,000 watching, so please keep sharing the video. And Sebastian says, Mayo in the presser, but not starting. Well, that's the myth gone, isn't it? If you're in the presser, it normally means you're starting. He didn't.
Yeah.
And Donato says, I'm glad to finally see Van der Beek get some game time. A win will be the perfect 20th birthday present. Do you like Fred and Matic together? Love the show, Mark. Happy birthday to Donato. I'm very happy with that midfield. I'd like to have seen Bruno play, but I think Pogba and Donny deserve a start, and I don't think you're going to see all three of them I think you're going to see 2 out of the 3 throughout the season, which I can live with. Your thoughts on the team, Flex? We do finally get to see Donny van der Beek starting.
Free Donny, free Donny. I like it. I do like the team. It's actually a team that excites me. I have to be honest. I said there before we came on, I tweeted, I hope we get the performance that that matches that team selection. Because to be fair to Ollie, that's a very positive team selection. If it doesn't go right, it will always come down to it means Ollie's crap and it's no tactics because he played the best players and he still didn't. We know all that will happen. But in terms of talking up the things and being positive, I like it. It's good to see Bruno actually say, "Listen, mate, just hold the bench a little bit. You don't have to play every single game, 90 minutes. You start creating that culture."
Same with Rashford as well.
The same with Rashford. It's nice to give him a little rest, and this is exactly why we needed the strength in depth, and this is what Van der Beek gave us. Because look, I know it's easy to say, but imagine if Van der Beek wasn't there. Bruno would have to play this game and play 90 minutes. To be fair, so I like it. I like that. I like he's gone with the diamond. I like that. But also it can be that can be flexible because Donny van der Beek is flexible. So when I first saw it, I actually thought it meant that Van der Beek would be coming off the left, and he might just go over free in midfield, and maybe Pogba could play the furthest forward. But it does make sense. Martial and Greenwood as the 2 strikers and Van der Beek in behind, and that can interchange. Pogba can go into that 10 position, and Van der Beek can drop back in. It just looks mobile and it looks interchangeable. I like it. I like it a lot.
Be interesting to see when the game kicks off, because obviously United app has got it as a diamond. We've constructed it as a diamond as well. In my preview, I said I wanted to see a diamond, but I didn't expect to see a diamond. So it's going to be very interesting when the game starts to see if Pogba is the left side, if Donny is the head of the diamond, and if Greenwood is playing as a front 2 with Martial, and how that's going to work. What I would say is, and it's been raging for a while, is Donny van der Beek as a number 10 is not De Bruyne and he is not Bruno. That is not what he is. He's not a great assist maker and he's not a great goal scorer. He can certainly play that position. I still think his best position is more box to box from the right. But look, let's see what happens. I think Pogba, Van der Beek and Bruno with Matic behind them would be nice, but that's not what we've quite got yet. So we go with what we've got, and I see tonight as a big opportunity for Pogba and Van der Beek, and as you say, no Bruno, he's been rested, and Rashford's been rested, so it's a big chance for Greenwood as well. Matic comes in for McTominay as well, so it's a big chance for him. These are good enough players. It's not like youngsters. They're very good players, but it's a big game. And as you said there, if Ollie gets it right tonight, we saw a masterclass against PSG tactically a week ago. If he gets it right again today with the diamond, it would be another page turner against a very, very good coach. And then hopefully we can take it into the Premier League, where I think we've been a bit basic with this 4-2-3-1 and system of James and Mata.
Yeah, it seems like he keeps changing it. Well, I say keeps changing it. It's only been one game, obviously, against PSG. And now this, but it does have a feel that maybe he's using this kind of thing in Europe. But you're right. I want to see him. I want to see this in the Premier League. I like this. I think this is a good way of getting a little bit of balance, but with some of the better players. I think when we done the 4-2-3-1 with just Bruno next to Bruno in the 10, Pogba as a deep line midfielder right next to Matic, it didn't work. We were just far too open. I think you bring Fred into that. You play 2 of the 3 of Pogba and Van der Beek. He's managed to fit that in with a diamond, because you're taking one winger out and basically saying, okay, we'll tuck you in. I like it. I really do like it. But it'd be interesting to see what the balance is like exactly, because look, it does kind of feed into the people who say Ollie's tactically clueless and stuff like that. But if the players are coached properly and the system is worked on, the players that are in them positions have the attributes to play there. Pogba is good enough to play on the left of a diamond or left of a 3. Van der Beek is good enough to play in the 10. Matic is perfect to sit and hold. Fred is perfectly capable of playing on the right side of a diamond. So, and Greenwood and Martial clearly can play up front. So, for me, I think it is this actually will show that it is about systems if we can get a good result, and especially against a team like against Leipzig, because I tell you what, they are very well organised. They can counter press. They can absorb the press. They play with good intensity. They're very organised. They might not have stellar names in every positions, or on paper be as good as us, but as a team and in their development and where they are under Nagelsmann, they're a very good team. So I think this is actually a really good test. If we can win this comfortably as well, on top of that, that would be a really big plus. And then I think, like you said, you want to go into Arsenal with Ollie having to make decisions and be like, well, I don't just need to revert back to a defensive 4-2-3-1 3-1-2 defensive midfielders. This is Ollie saying, I only need you to sit there, Matic. I want Pogba and Van der Beek to create, and Fred, you do something in between that. Do you know what I mean? And I like that.
Hi Mark, just watching the Chelsea game before us. There are thousands of fans in the stadium. Have I missed something, or are we allowed back in now? Says Jake Dobson. It's Russia, mate. Different rules in Russia. Ollie tactically smart, says Via. Nagelsmann likes to use touchline as an extra man to force opposition in tight areas. Diamond is a way round this, says Via. And just a thought, but I wouldn't be surprised if Donny is taking up the advanced right mid role or Pogba advanced left mid role, says Joshua Bowwater. Well, we'll see when we kick off. Yeah. Ollie watches you, mate, says Tox. And also, love this team. Still no Tellez is a bit worrying. Hopefully it's nothing serious with him. Your thoughts on Twansebi not getting a chance? I would have gone with him instead of either Lindelof or Maguire, says Tejas. Yes, I mean, look, I think we're all very happy with this team. And Fervin Nutt says, hey Mark, the Pratt from Prattville here. I really like this lineup, except for the fact that Twansebi isn't starting. Is there a reason for that? And I think that's the only thing that's a little bit disappointing. Even more so because we didn't think Lindelof was part of the squad. So you're like, oh, we're going to see Maguire and Twansebi. Now, look, Twansebi played against PSG 8 days ago. I would have expected him to start tonight. And he still sticks with Maguire and Lindelof, which, I said it today, it will work. They will do well in some games, but they'll also mess up. They're never going to be the centre-back pairing that wins as a Champions League or wins as the league. So I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't see Twansebi today, and I'm wondering if it's because we're going to play a back five on Sunday. Yeah,
you got to consider that. You got to consider that because you think actually, okay, he kept him out of the Chelsea game. That was probably a bit as much as we all wanted to see Twansebi play that game after playing so well against PSG. It was, we can all admit, it's probably a bit unrealistic. He hasn't played in 10 months. Played 90 minutes against PSG in quite a physical game he had. To ask him to play a few days later, okay, cool, you can understand that. But then you're thinking, but he'll probably get the nod against Leipzig. So, yeah, that is a little bit of thinking there. It'd be interesting to see if he does that. But if he plays the back five against... But actually, Tellez is injured, actually. So, yeah, he probably would use Luke Shaw as the left wing back, actually. So I was thinking maybe he might change that. But, yeah, he probably would bring Twansebi back in. But that, I don't really want to talk about the Arsenal game too much, but that will be interesting side because I think Arteta will go back to that. But if this works, I just think it's another string to Ollie's bow where he should say, do you know what? I can attack. I can play the forward-thinking players if I drill them to be able to do their defensive duties well. Like it's the same at Manchester City. You've had David Silva and De Bruyne, Sane, Sterling and Aguero all in the front five. But they didn't get overrun with just Fernandinho sitting. It's about the system and the role of the players. Do they understand what's being asked of them? And you can play these players and it can work.
Yeah, definitely can do. Hope Van der Beek at number 10 works, showing he can play well there and not just as a box-to-box as I see him, says 3. I think he needs to become box-to-box, though, Streak, because I want him to start. I want him to start with Bruno. I don't want it to be Bruno or Donny. I think they've both got to play in the same team. And, Ollie could be being quite clever here today, forcing that rhetoric that they can't both play in the same team when 100% they can. I love this team. So we've done that from Tejas as well. And I'm just happy Van der Beek finally starts and we don't see McSauce at CDM, says Vincent. Samuel Johnson says, hi Mark, watching the PSG game here and both teams look as likely to score with Neymar also going off. Big chance to top the group today, says Samuel Johnson. And guess we have the team for Arsenal now, Dan James and Matastar. Looks like Van der Beek in Ellie's eyes is Bruno's competition and not Pogba's, says Sharath Kamath Fitness, which I don't want to see. I don't want to see
Imagine.
That. Which way? How do you feel this game is going to go? I've gone for a draw in this. What's your feeling about this game?
I predicted a 1-1. I know we can get excited about our own team, and then what it does is it makes you take your eye off how good the opposition are, and you've got to pay respect to them because they are very good. But of course we can beat them. But I just think it really will come down to the tactical setup and the system that we play and how we implement it. And we've got the system in place now and the formation. It's how we play in it. It's how aggressive are we in it. It's how patient are we in it. How do we deal with the pressure that they're going to put on us? Are Leipzig even going to do that? Mm-hmm. Maybe they might think, I tell you what, we'll try and stay in the game, try and hit them on the break. But even though that's not usually their game, maybe they might switch it up and that might surprise Ollie because Ollie would surely know how they're a high-pressing team, high-energetic team, high-intensity team who keep the ball really well and can play good football. So it is difficult to call. I have gone with a draw, but I can't lie. When you look at him being positive and going, I was slightly thinking, would he go with a back five again tonight?
Yeah,
but to see him go with a diamond, it does show a bit of intent from Ollie. I don't care if you don't rate Ollie or whatever. You know, people are quick to criticise before we've even kicked a ball that the team's shit. Well, actually, if you look at this shows intent. Do you know what I mean? Martial, Greenwood, Van der Beek, Pogba are all attacking players, proper attacking players. Do you know what I mean? So I think he's shown some intent there and a little bit of invention by going with the diamond that we finished with against PSG, which worked so well. So yeah, I've still got the draw in my mind, but I do look at the team and think we could do a little bit better. One thing I do want to say though, just quickly, is on Van der Beek. I spoke to a guy who's coming on the fan forum tonight, actually, but it was on Instagram, and we were talking about Van der Beek, and it's very important that actually we've all been calling for Van der Beek to start. If he doesn't do well, the first couple of things he might do wrong, or even if he has a stinker, it doesn't mean, oh, well, that's why Ollie's not playing him, he's shit. And, you know, Donny might actually be feeling the pressure now. You know, he's been treated quite badly, in my opinion. Not got many starts, not had many subs appearances when he needed it, and now he's got a big start. So, you know, you've still got to bear with him. He's still feeling himself into the game, into the team.
Govand98 says, Mark, watch out for Hwang Hee-chan. Mate, if he's anything like he's like on FIFA 21, definitely watch out for him. He's fast. And welcome to the members club, Lewis Rourke. You can do that by clicking the join button. Are you worried with Leipzig's high press that Matic could struggle in this game, says Santino? No, I think that's a bit of a myth about Matic's pace. He did very well last year. Really happy about the team. Really hoping that the first sub, if needed, is Bruno for Fred and Donny to drop to the right to give us a taste, says Kyle. And finally, you're happy to see Van der Beek, says Chatiana. Your knee-jerk reaction to press conference was too far-fetched and it's just not you. Fans are reactionary. We'll want Man United to progress. Let's be the fact that Ollie is also evolving with the team and figuring out the correct system. Mate, look, thanks for the super chat. I don't really appreciate the comment that it's knee-jerk reaction. I don't do knee-jerk reactions. I do what I think. And I think that, as I said after the press conference yesterday, I don't agree with what Ollie said. He said that that he is picking, it shows how good the players are ahead of Donny that he's not been starting games. Well, that's bullshit. Like, I'm sorry, it's not knee-jerk, it's bullshit. Dan James is not better than Donny van der Beek. Juan Mata is not better than Donny van der Beek. And Donny van der Beek deserves to start games. So, look, brilliant that he's starting tonight. And yes, there's no need to moan. He's picked the right team, I think. And let's hope it does well. Because I said what I did say yesterday. At some point, he'll have to pick these players, and that's when they have to take their chance, because I don't want to go back to seeing Dan James and Mata in the team. Mark, can you give Carl Hager a shout-out? I'm his wife, wine advisor. Found out today we both watch United Stand, says Ashley Duncan. Hello, Carl Hager. Wine advisor. I think Carl's got a few P's then. And it would be... tell you who my wine advisor is. Me. I just go bottle of red. You know, what's the offer at Tesco? I would be a disappointment if we don't make it out of this group because PSG look absolutely horrendous, as Adams. They are drawing at the moment, PSG. Welcome to the members club, Phil Brewer. Somehow it feels like a 5-2-3. Matic will drop between the centre-backs. Fred and Pogba hold deep. Van der Beek is a false nine where he's normally clinical. Well, we'll see, DJ. We'll see. And the fact that McSaw sat with Ollie at the presser and isn't starting is everything to me. We march on, says Tejaz. And Ivan Drago, I might be wrong, but I think it's pronounced Van der Beek rather than Van der Beek. It's bake. It's bake. It's Van der Beek. It's like a bake. It's like the bake-off. It's Van der Beek. I struggle with it, but it's definitely Van der Beek. And it's Leipzig, even though it looks like Leipzig. It's Leipzig, and it's Van der Beek. There you go. Greenwood's a demon performer. I mean, let's talk about Greenwood for a moment, Flex, as Detta said there. And CB says if we can win tonight, this group might be escapable. Yeah, well, that's the big opportunity. But Mason Greenwood's almost been forgotten in a good way. 18 years of age. I think he might be 19 now, actually. But look,
over the shop.
Fantastic talent. And he's given his opportunity tonight. It could be a big game for him.
It could be. I was speaking to a reputable journalist the other day when I went into the BBC, right? And we were talking about just responsibilities of, you know, how not to say things even if you definitely know. And he wouldn't tell me, but he said, I know 100% that something quite bad has happened. That's what he said to me, right?
Sorry, who was that?
But he just didn't... I can't even remember his name. How bad is that? Mike something. I can't remember his name. He's been in the BBC for years.
All right.
But it wasn't like I knew what it was or anything. So I'm not about to be like, oh, I know this and that. But he just said, look, we know that something, you know, the way Ollie's been talking, Mason hasn't been part of it. You can tell, which we all kind of know anyway. Look, we've had the thing that he done in England. Then there was reports about the professionalism. I know Ollie shut that down, but I believe that something had happened anyway. But I think this is a chance for him to get some form. It's a chance where Ollie showed faith, you know, bring him back in. He's going to make mistakes. I don't know exactly what he's done, so I don't really like going into that stuff. But what I do know is that he's been missing. So, yeah, I think he has had a slow start to the season, just like Martial has, just like kind of everybody has. So I'm excited to see him play. He's got a good opportunity here, a really good opportunity to start getting some form and causing some trouble. It'd be good for him to get his first goal of the season as well. So, yeah, I'm excited to see Mason tonight. I think he's got to work hard.
Sam E says, hope he plays Fred and Van der Beek as CMs. Van der Beek would be free to attack. If Aaron Wan-Bissaka stays back, Pogba could play Cam, false 9 with AM and Anthony Martial and Mason Greenwood drifting wide, cutting in. Well, I think the first 20 minutes is going to be really interesting. We've set it up as a diamond. The Man United app's got it as a diamond. But if it stays like that, or is that, I'd be very surprised. Pogba and Van der Beek could swap. Fred could swap with Pogba because he's left-footed. There's all sorts of things. It might not be a diamond, so it's going to be
That's
very,
what I mean.
very
It's really, I like it. Yeah, exactly.
Ricardo Velez, thanks for the super chat. Happy with this lineup, and we have Rashford, Cavani, and Bruno to come on. It shows depth and quality in a squad that desperately needs it, and that's a really important thing as well, everybody. And I'd say to you as well, Flex. We spoke about this. I think the problem against Chelsea was, and I'd said it when the team news came out. If it doesn't work, you can't get all your good players on because you've only got 3 subs. Yeah. You've got Greenwood, Van der Beek, Pogba, Matic, obviously Cavani, was on the bench. So there's 5 really good players there. You can only bring 3 on. And that's the problem when you play Dan, James and Mata and McTominay, is that you can't get everybody on if it goes wrong. The great thing about tonight is it's a good 11, but it also exposes we've got quality on the bench. You've got Rashford, Bruno, Cavani, Twansebi, McTominay. You know, you've got really good quality on the bench, but it's not your best players on the bench. You know, I think when you play Mata and Dan James, you take a risk, and if it goes wrong, you've got to make. We know Mata and James are coming off basically. They're 2 subs out, so that's nearly all your subs gone. So it's good to see that we're playing a good team tonight. We've put a good team out tonight, and yet we've still got real quality on the bench.
Exactly. It's almost just been transformed by having Cavani and Van der Beek. And you know what? And obviously Tellez when he's fit, but we did moan a lot about the transfer window. And look, I'm not trying to act like it hasn't been crap, because it has. But like I remember on that last day when the window shut, and I was like, look, Mark, we've got to get behind these players that are here. And you were still angry at the time, I remember. But when you look at it, Cavani to come off the bench, Rashford to come off the bench, Bruno Fernandes to come off the bench, even Mata to come off the bench. He came off the bench against Copenhagen and rescued the game. So do you know what? When you look at that, that's really good options. That is really good options.
It is. A few super chats coming in. You can make 5 subs in the Champions League, yes, which is good. Why Ollie show tactical awareness in the Champions League and not the Premier League, says Reece Sutherland. Yeah, we've spoken about that. And look, we need to see it in the Premier League. I think at the weekends, Arsenal will definitely. In fact, I was speaking to Robbie the other day, and he said Arsenal will definitely play a back 5, and I said I think we will as well. I think it's going to be a real tight draw written all over it game. I've got a good feeling that Pogba is going to drop a worldie tonight, says Tejaz, and get us over the line. He's finally getting to play in his favourite position, and he's been super positive on social media lately. And Ollie to have a little chat with Upamecano at the end of the match just to see him not sign for his next transfer window. Says Surab.
He's going to do a Nathan Ake. We need someone like you. Yeah,
mate, he was virtually bloody. He trained Haaland as a young lad, and we still didn't get him. So Ollie can do what he likes. He can come out with a box of milk tray. Still won't sign him. J Deep says, hi Mark, looking forward to a cracking game today. Just in case you're in some pain with regards to your hip flexors, check out Kelly Starrett on YouTube. There's a book as well. It's called Desk Bound. Well, I'm actually going to write that down. Desk Bound. Desk Bound book. But no, what I was going to say is that, look, I think from Paul Pogba's point of view, it's
big game.
Why would he not be happy? I'd be happy if I was him. I don't think he's particularly unhappy at Manchester United. Next summer, he knows he's got 1 year left on his contract, so it's basically United have got to sell him. And unless he signs a new contract, which will be very lucrative. There's no reason. I think last season there was a reason for Pogba to be moody. There's no reason for Pogba to be moody. He may as well enjoy this last year.
He'll be relaxed. He'll be relaxed, and I think one thing, what I don't like what some people label on Pogba. He's not unprofessional, like in terms of not trying. He might not play to the best of his abilities for many reasons, but Paul Pogba, whether you think he loves Manchester United or not, he loves playing football. That's what you do know. Like, he loves to be on the pitch. He loves to have the ball. He loves to try and use the ball, and he loves to try and make something happen. That's whether he loves Manchester United or not. That's a different argument. So, and I do think he has a certain love for the club. I just think that it hasn't gone the way he wanted it to, and he would rather move on. But he will relish playing in that position. And to be fair, we've wanted him to play for a lot, like get his form, and we've said that he shouldn't have been playing the last couple of games, which he didn't. Okay, now it's time to, Ollie's kind of steadied the ship a little bit, unbeaten in 3. Yeah, disappointing against Chelsea, but unbeaten in 3. So we said after that Spurs game that we needed to give a platform for the better players to then come back in again. Slowly, we're seeing that. So actually, it is on Pogba to kind of step up to the plate, really, and have a good game, really.
Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're heading up towards 900,000, actually, which then after 900,000, it's 1 million. So we just want to get to that 900,000 ASAP. So please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We're live every morning at 10 a.m. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We've got we're live before every match, all the way through till full time. Then it's match reaction, player ratings, which you can vote for. Then we've got the fan show that Flex does for an hour after that. Then we've got the fan cams. Absolute diverse fan opinion on the United stand for the worldwide United fan. Everybody is involved. Everybody is included. So make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. I've got a few comments coming in here. You can do your super chats by clicking the $sign. You can also become a member by clicking the join button if you want to support the channel, and you get your badge next to your name in the comments. But Ashraf says, "Where's Tellez?" We presume he's injured.
Always give it. Oh, God.
We presume he's injured. I've turned off Chelsea. Do you think Ollie's saving Pogba, Van der Beek for the Champions League over the Prem? Says Brandon. Slower pace suits Pogba and Van der Beek. I mean, we're not that good, Brandon.
Yeah, but Leipzig's not going to be a slow pace, though. They're going to be at us.
We're not that good. We're not that good. We can't have a team for the Champions League and then play Mata and Dan James. You'll be sacked by Christmas. Mark, say the truth. You spoke to Ollie last night. Your formation exactly, says K Chino. Well, we'll see. Mark, mate, Neymar is injured and forced off. Thoughts, says Hadrian. I'm not bothered about Neymar. I'm more interested if they drop points. Hey Mark, just tuning in. Finally an exciting team. Finally Van der Beek starts, says Vignesh. Yes, high five, mate. Do you think Ollie, and I've done that one from Brandon, and Kieran Burns says 4 decent strikers for the first time in a while to allow rotation. Diamond allows Donny, Bruno and Pogba to play. Mata, Bruno back up for lesser games, says Kieran Burns. I mean, I've said this before, Flex, and I don't know what everybody else at home thinks, that I had an epiphany, whatever the word is. And it was probably... I don't know whether it was over the international break. And when we didn't get Sancho, I was like, hold on a minute. Whenever I pick a United best 11, it's always a 4-3-3. And it's always Martial with Rashford and Greenwood. And if we'd got Sancho, it would have been Martial with Rashford and Sancho. We didn't get Sancho. We haven't got any wingers. Rashford and Greenwood don't create. They're individual flair players, which I like. But they don't create. They don't put crosses in. And they don't really help Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. So I was like, why do we play a 4-3-3? Defensively, as we saw against Brighton and Palace and Spurs, we concede a lot of chances and we don't create a lot of chances. So to me, it was like Rashford and Greenwood or James and Mata on the wings. We need to forget using wingers. We didn't get the winger. So we haven't got wingers. So I just, I changed about 3 weeks ago and I was like, you know what? We do need to use the diamond because where's our talent? Bruno, Pogba, Fred, Van der Beek, even people like Mata, Matic.
It's all in central areas, yeah.
Our strength is our midfield.
We don't have natural wingers. I mean, Ricky always does say that about Dan James and why he likes him to play and why he loves him so much. Dan James, although I don't think he's very good, is the only kind of winger we have who would just like chalk on his boots and want to run at someone and get past
and he's
them.
Not good enough.
It's just that. It's just not good enough. So you're right. Greenwood always wants to come inside and shoot. That's his job. That's what he's good at. Same with Rashford, not a traditional winger. He's never going to jink a man on the outside and cross it with his left foot. Very, very rarely. We don't create those types of chances. But the only problem with that is you're right. Our most talented players are in the central areas, but our fullbacks aren't actually that attacking. So if you had a Robertson and a Trent Alexander set up, you could get your width off them, which is why when we played a back five, it allows for that. Like when we saw with PSG, when Tellez was doing that, if you get a player like that and put him in a wing back position, you kind of can get your width sorted. But you're right, with the 4-3-3, all that's going to happen is that they're just both going to play inverted, which causes us trouble. And their shape as well, the way they get back in their shape doesn't always help us. So, yeah, hopefully we can see this more often, man.
Please subscribe if you're new. We're only 300 away from 887,000, so we could hit that before kickoff. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. A few super chats again. Angie S says, hey, Mark and Flex, big up to you both. Watching alone today and feel such a community. Let's get a win. You're never watching on your own if you've got the United stand on while the game's on. You're not on your own. You've got 32,000 people from around the world part of it, and it's good that you do feel part of it. That's great. Matthew Gartle, thank you, Matthew. He says, I've heard that United would have bought Sancho if another club made an offer. They know Pogba's going this summer, so when will we get Sancho? I mean, I've got nothing to say. I don't think we'll ever get Sancho now. I really don't.
Don't mention the S word around here, mate.
No, I don't think we will. Look, if we get him, it's a bit like Bruno, isn't it? I said we've lost the chance of Bruno a year ago, and we ended up getting him. So if we do...
Yeah, you never know. I don't think it's 100% over, but I just can't bother to invest any energy into that.
Lee Taylor says, I'm Ollie in and hope this formation works for Ollie, as I fear if results don't come, it may be Ollie gone. Poch, I would love this formation as no wingers. And... yeah, I mean, look, I think that's the thing is, and Kieran Burns says, we've done that one, haven't we, from Kieran? 4 decent strikers, lots of rotation, which is good. And also Janino, I wonder if it's the real one, says, how would you line up if we were to get a proper right winger, right midfielder and a CDM? Well, I think if you did have a really good CDM and you had a right winger, then you could go back to that formation that we used to play, which is the holding midfielder with Bruno and Pogba, or Van der Beek and Pogba, and then, or Van der Beek and Bruno, or Pogba and Bruno, and then play Sancho off the right, Martial down the middle, and Rashford off the left. But at the moment, I think
scored a great goal.
You've got to use your wingers. That's the way that we've got to play, and it looks good on paper, says Michael Hayden, but it's how we work on the pitch. Exactly. And what, as an early prediction, I could almost predict we'll get what happened last week. We're going to have a real positive performance tonight. I can just feel we're going to have a positive performance tonight because, as many have said, if Pogba doesn't play well, you can bring Bruno on. If Greenwood doesn't play well, you can bring Rashford or Cavani on. If Lindelof's playing shit, you can bring Tuan Sebi on. We've got options on the bench and we've got a very good starting 11. So I think we're going to have a really positive performance tonight. What I think will then happen is we'll have a shower of shit performance against Arsenal on Sunday, and I think that's what we need to get past. I want to win tonight and I want to win on Sunday, and then we're in a cracking position because Everton don't look all that at the moment either. So and we've got the Turkish side back to back. If we win tonight, we've got 6 points, and then we're playing the Turkish side. We could have 12 points from our first 4 and be basically home and hosed. Did you see Pogba's Instagram story with Jesse? Says no, I didn't. Did you, Flex?
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah.
Was Lingard taking the piss out of him?
Lingard taking the piss out of him. Yeah, it's good, man. I like all that stuff. You'll probably get them old school fans, or not even old school, just them fans who just like, oh, why is Pogba laughing? They laugh. He's playing shit. Lingard, he's bloody injured half the time, and there he is prattling around it. But listen, man, I like personality. I like fun. I like laughing.
Lingard should have left, I think.
Smiling.
But
pardon?
Lingard should have left in the summer.
100%. I'm not disputing that, but now he didn't. Like, he's injured.
And he's part of the squad. And
what's he supposed to do?
Yeah.
Be in the A at Carrington and just mope about.
I think from Lingard's point of view, he probably. I like Lingard. I just don't think he's good enough, and I don't think
he's
he
not
will
going to
get
play as
anywhere
well
near this team at the moment. So, but he's having a bit of laugh. It shows camaraderie, doesn't it?
Exactly, because if you're not going to do it on the pitch, which he's not, and he's not going to be in the squad, got to bring something to the table, behind the scenes that we don't see, and that's just a nice atmosphere, and he does that.
Fred's got to be on his toes, says Vignesh. He can't afford to have had bad touches. Leipzig will press high. And glad to catch you guys live from Cali for once. Keep up the good work, says is it Dio or Delo 1919? Appreciate everything you and Flex do. Big ups from the West Coast. Yeah, we can't wait till lockdown ends. And we can get over to the West Coast, whether it's West Coast Australia, West Coast America, West Coast India. We want to get and the East Coast and the North Coast and the South Coast and central areas. Demo, big up Mark and Flex, only just turned in. Not sure if you mentioned it, but is McTominay injured or was it a bit of a mind game? I think it's a mind game because he's on the bench. And Paul Carrera says predicting 2-1. By the way, how about vacation into the Philippines when it's safer? We've got pineapple sailors here too. says, yeah, well, that'll end well. But no, look, yeah, on a serious note, thanks everyone who does become a member of the channel, because basically we have got one in Ireland booked. As soon as lockdown's over, that is booked. Well, it's not booked obviously because the date's not booked, but we've got the place booked, and it's free. It's a free ticket event. All our worldwide or local meetups will be free, and we do this through the membership. So thanks everyone who becomes a member, gets their badge next to their name and clicks the join button. So yeah, we will put the tickets out and they will be free for people to attend, and it's going to be in Dublin on the Liffey when we get there.
Oh, wait.
I can't bloody wait. James Shield, thanks for the super chat there. Just very quickly on Fred. Matt, I think it's Ricky again. Bloody Ricky. It's always causing trouble, Ricky. He doesn't seem to think that he likes McTominay and Fred.
Yeah, he hates Fred.
And he likes McTominay and Matic, but he doesn't like Fred and Matic. Is there any reason those two can't play together, considering Matic is a far better player than McTominay?
Yeah, I don't see why Fred can't play out. Ricky's, when I speak to him about it, he prefers McTominay's stature, he prefers his physicality, and he can get about, and there's a physical presence, and he's tall, but he does. For me, Fred uses the ball way better than McTominay. To me, there's not even a discussion. I think Fred's way better than McTominay personally. McTominay has attributes that Fred doesn't have, but they're mainly physical. Do you know what I mean? They're not technical attributes. I think Fred's really good on the ball. And I know some people say he takes too long on the ball and stuff like that, but I've seen him play really quick at times as well. So his thing is just about consistency. Fred's not, the best in his position in the world. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying I think he's a good steady player. And in our system, he's got legs, he's got good energy, he snaps at people's ankles, he's aggressive in a tackle, his interceptions are great. And I think he does pass quite quickly. Yes, he can give it away the odd time and make the wrong decision, but who doesn't? McTominay does that more often than not for me. So I prefer Fred over McTominay all day.
Welcome to the Members Club, Nitin Tolswani. Thanks for joining, pal. You can do that by clicking the join button. And I think Matic has been somewhat badly treated. I mean, he went off at half-time against Spurs, and we've never seen him again. Welcome to Dan McCall, latest member of the United Stand Members Club as well. And big up Mark and Flex, watching from Singapore, says sit. Thanks for the super chat. I think Matic is a good player, and maybe a little bit of a break for Matic might not be a bad idea, because he's not played for he didn't play for Serbia in the international break because he's retired, and he's not played much football, so it's almost been like a little mini break. And I don't think that's what Ollie's done, by the way. I don't think that's what Ollie's done, but it's not a bad idea in this season where, look at Liverpool, Van Dijk, Fabinho's done his hamstring. There's a lot of people picking up a lot of injuries, and I think that's because it's a very short break between seasons this year. So, Matic might come back with a new lease of life. United Arena, big shout out to him. Great Twitter account. Says the only reason why Fred and Matic might struggle is because Fred moves out of position to defend, which isolates the other centre midfielder. It can work, though, easily. Which is exactly what somebody was saying a moment ago, that Fred needs to be on his toes. There's no leaders on the pitch today, says Sunshine Digital Media Agency. Well, our captain's on the pitch, Harry Maguire. Yeah,
he's supposed to be a leader. Matic is a good talker.
And Paul Pogba,
And Paul Pogba's supposed to be, but look, he's not really a chief organiser, is he? He just needs to get his own game in check, which I think he should just focus on that, because if we get the best out of him, we'll be laughing.
Hi fellas, just want to ask where and when you guys are coming to Australia. Big up from Melbourne, says Warren G. We'd probably have to do East Coast Australia this time, because we've done Perth.
Yeah, we have, yeah. I'd love to go to the other side. When we was in Perth, we did want to go over the other side. Obviously, we had to go to Singapore and couldn't do it. But I think, when all this is over, maybe to celebrate 1 million, we could just do like a
world tour.
Like a world tour or something, yeah. Do something really big.
Imran Ellis says, this formation is something new and exciting. Fred is better player than McTominay. Big up Mark and Flex. I'm from Jamaica, but I'm in Texas watching.
Big up my Jamaican family.
Big up. Seems that Ollie is more flexible when it comes to formation from game to game, per Eric Klassen. I do think there needs to be some consistency there. I do, but you can only deal with what's in front of you, and I'm quite happy with the team tonight.
Don't you think, Mark, that we've gone back to not knowing what our best team is again?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Because we kind of found it, and then we realised that actually, is that our best team? Because it's got holes all over it and it's easy to play against.
Yeah.
But then now we're trying to work out what our best team again is. and formation. We're trying to work out what our best formation is now. Like you said there about we don't have wingers, so why do we play a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3? Do you play a diamond and have two up front every time? Like we're now, I feel like, I don't want to be a pessimist, but I do feel like we've gone slightly backwards. And I don't mean just in results and now we're going to be crap, but just in our development, because we was at quite a sure stage where we could all agree what our best team is. And now, whether it's Ollie or the fans, we're kind of like, nah, I reckon it's this or I reckon it's that. We're still not there yet, man.
No, I was on about this on the United stand, I think, and I mean, Ollie says I'm now actually convinced that these lot listen to the United stand. How coincidental is the lineup? Well, look, it is coincidental, and I think we'll say it's coincidental because I don't want to get big.
Ollie doesn't watch the United stand.
I don't want to get big-headed about it, but the reality is, before the team news came out, I said it's so unlikely we're going to play a diamond, even though that's what I said in the preview and it's what I would do. I didn't think there was any chance we were going to play a diamond. So it's great that we are, but then to be honest, it's so logical to do it as well. So I'm glad that he's doing it. And I think in relation to the team, I was talking about this maybe last night, and I said that the thing is you could pick this team, and you knew the team that got us third. And the team that got us third was obviously Bruno, Pogba and Matic as a midfield three, with Greenwood, Rashford and Martial as a front three. That doesn't seem to be the team anymore. So he needs to establish what his best formation and best team is very, very quickly.
Exactly.
And if it's going to be the diamond, great. Now establish what the four in there is going to be. Because it's got to be Bruno. I think it's got to be Matic. No. And it's probably got to be Fred. So it's got to be Pogba or Van der Beek.
Or Van der Beek, yeah. Which we can live with that.
Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with that, yeah.
It's all about balance. Like, it's not FIFA. Can't play them all.
I don't know about you, but I actually don't. I mean, our midfield is perfect for a diamond, says Fraz, and I agree with that. And he says the fullbacks probably aren't, though. Flying to San Francisco, affordable flights from London to San Francisco. I'll pick you guys up from the airport, says Thomas Mendenhell. We'll take you up on that. And is it possible a manager makes decisions based on opposing team, training form, rotation, and certain things we not be privy to? Says I got you. I mean, yes, but we shouldn't do that because we're Manchester United. I don't think Klopp or Pep do that. So you shouldn't change your team for every game. I think it's the mentality of a weak team to do that. That you have to be scared of the opposition. We don't need to do that. But what I was going to ask
you, you've got to respect him, though.
Yeah, you've got to respect them. Yeah, but what I was going to ask you is that. Look, we've all been asking for Donny van der Beek to start, and he starts tonight. Personally, for me, I don't care if he's on the bench if the first 11 justifies him being on the bench. My issue with Donny van der Beek not starting has been solely because I've been seeing McTominay and Mata and Dan James starting, and he's not been starting.
100%.
If that midfield was Matic, Fred, Pogba and Bruno, and van der Beek was on the bench, I wouldn't moan.
Go mad.
I wouldn't moan. I'd go, can't argue with that. I think the problem's been he's not been given a chance when, those who've been given plenty of chances aren't good enough are.
Sorry, Pulisic just scored a great goal as well. It looks like Chelsea is starting to click, mate. I agree. Look, the frustration of Free Donny and the memes of him behind the prison cell and stuff like that, it stems from, it wouldn't be Free Donny, like you said, if the first team was playing well and getting results. It's the fact and the players that were playing in front of him were better than him. But when you note those players that have played in front of him and we're not getting the results, especially someone like Dan James, I think it's a bit of a disrespect to Donny van der Beek. I do. I know there's going to be some fans who say, listen, it's early doors. Like, just relax. It's only the first 5 to 6 games of the season. He'll get his chance. And to be fair, Ollie has said that, and he's got his chance immediately after saying that. But I just think it's a bit of a kick in the teeth because you just can't justify it. So, yeah, if the better players play, and Van der Beek's not part of it because they're playing well, then cool. That's what Van der Beek was bought to be, squad depth. He wasn't bought to come straight into the starting lineup. We do forget that. But like you said, everyone's just angry because, the starting lineup's been crap. The subs that have been brought in instead of the starting lineup are crap, and he still can't get a game. So that's the frustration. It's not that everyone thinks he should be starting every single game.
Janet says, love this show, love the formation. You don't need to say anything more than that, Janet. And M.A says, that's because the board didn't back us in the transfer window to flesh out the team shape. We're overloaded in midfield, so now we have to look there for our strength. I think you're very right there. I do think Ollie's plans have had to evolve because of a lack of support. Bless up United stand, like listening to Flex and Mark speak, but Ricky makes me want to rip my hair out. Bless him, from Kingston, Jamaica, says Taj. You can watch Ricky's fan cam after the match. And I hope Greenwood and Martial score tonight. First Greenwood start in Champions League. Hope that boy gets a goal, says Angie. Welcome to the Members Club, Shane Dunn. Thank you for joining. And Paul on the left with Tony left. Love it. Excited about it. Shout out to the Dodgers for winning the World Series, says Ali Dapp. And I believe Ollie's tactics is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, says Warren G. Warren G. What was that song? Warren G. Something for me. Are we sure it's a diamond? One of Pogba or Van der Beek may be playing on the left.
Yeah, 100%. You know what? Can we talk about that actually? Because that is true. That is true. Like we don't actually know. Obviously, Man United have put it like that on the app, which sometimes gives you a good indication. But I think because those players in that system are so adaptable, as soon as I saw it, I thought it was Van der Beek from the left. If I'm honest, I only realised it was a diamond when I saw that Man United.
In a way, I would rather that Donny isn't the head of the diamond, because that's Bruno's position. So if he plays well in another position, then that means you can play them together. Yeah,
well, I think regardless of whether he's the 10 in this one, we know that Donny's capable of playing left or right hand side. But what was interesting is when he brought Donny van der Beek on against Newcastle, Bruno went to the left and he went to the 10. So I know it's only been one time, but the one time they had a chance to play in both, they did move Bruno out to the left. So it'd be interesting to see, how that pans out, to be honest.
I think we need to find the best formation. The best team is form related, and you can make a video on best formation and team by all of us voting on the website, says Dipanshu. That's a good idea. Love from India. Hopefully you guys will be able to have an event here when it's safe. And SARS, says Udavia Singh. And Manchester United is a team in the third iteration of rebuilds. In my opinion, every single manager selects teams based on opposition teams and form. I think if you did a poll here, we will all want different starting 11s, says Ugo Chukwa, Patrick Oswi. And Mark, I feel we're going to win the Champions League. I just always hope for the club I love. I've already won the Champions League today with Manchester United, so if Ollie wants any tips, maybe he was watching my FIFA stream this afternoon and went, this guy knows what he's on about. But Chelsea are winning 4-0. Well, we don't need to worry about Chelsea. We've played them at the weekend. That's the thing, isn't it? So we don't need to worry about them. We need to do our job. You're getting smashed on the weekend. Let's go RB, says Pepe
Who's that?
FC.
Zane Miassi?
No, it's not. It's another one. It's another one. Pepe FC. Mate, I hope you're looking forward to your smashing, exciting game against Dundalk tomorrow. I mean, bloody hell, you may as well play a pub team. And look, even Dundalk people would accept that this is just an absolute joke of a fixture for Arsenal to be playing Dundalk in the Europa League. But, we've been there. We're not there now. We're in the Champions League. And we've got PSG are winning 2-0, by the way, as well. So this group can spin like that. If we lose tonight, we're suddenly in a bit of trouble getting out of the group. If we win tonight, we're very much favourites to get out of the group. And I like him. I do like this guy, Poulsen, for Leipzig. He's big.
He's all right. I don't think he's no Werner, but he's...
No. But what I mean is, Maguire's going to have to deal with him because he's big.
Yeah. He works hard. He's quite quick as well. He can move. Do you know what? Is Angelino starting?
Yes. Yeah.
Left back. You know what he's like. He's at it, man. He's energetic. He's intense. He is.
Well, both centre backs are quite good. I don't know whether. I mean, I don't know enough about Leipzig to know if they're playing a back five or a back four. But they've got Konate and Upamecano, and Konate is a player that I've mentioned when we were linked to Upamecano, where I've said he could be an alternative actually. So he's
and Sabitzer on the bench as well. He's really good as well.
Yeah, he's on the bench. Yeah, the formation might change, but the principles and behaviours should never change. I believe in Ollie and trust him. Imagine if he gets all his targets, says Dylan Taylor, and it's a 3-4-3, says Cameron Stone. I don't know how you figured that one out. And when will you guys come to Cape Town, South Africa? Says Fernando Williams. We can't really go anywhere at the moment, mate. We are 13 minutes away from kickoff, Jeff, now. Not even 13, not even 14. And DJ will come off the bench and put Angelino on his arse, says Ange. It's not FIFA, mate. DJ's good off the bench on FIFA. Predictions for tonight. I think you went 1-1, didn't you, Flex?
Yeah, I went 1-1. Yeah, I kind of feel like not sticking with that now. No, I just feel a bit... Do you know what? Yeah, what's the point? What's the point in being negative? I went with a 1-1, and you can all tell probably that in my heart, in my head, that's what I'm thinking. But he's gone with a positive formation, Ollie. He's gone with a bit of intent. So I'm going to have a bit of positivity. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win now.
See, change your mind. I'm going to stick with the draw. Great to see Donny van der Beek starting, says Big Man. I'm going to go 2-2 draw. And that's not a bad result. It's not a bad result because Leipzig are a good team. I'm fed up of telling people telling me how Nagelsmann's better coach than Ollie. So surely we're going to see evidence of that tonight. So I think it will be I think it'll be a good game. But much depends on how good Leipzig are. I mean, they're top of the Bundesliga, although albeit they've not played that many good teams yet. They obviously they won in their first game last week. So yeah, I think they'll give up a good game, but I want to see United win, and it'd be a nice surprise if they actually won it, actually. Road to Dawn. Nagelsmann made Werner look better than he was. Leipzig's front three are just as dangerous without Werner. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I really do. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. We're 200 away from 887,000, so please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We can do it before kickoff. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Lots and lots of positivity in the live comments saying that Manchester United are going to win. Deepak Singh says, I hope we see some fluency in our game today, and Maguire has to come to this match without his UFC skills. I mean, that's the thing. We talk about fluency. It's going to be very hard to get fluency until he establishes what his best 11 is, isn't he? Because there's a lot of changes in that midfield. There's three. And there's Greenwood. Greenwood didn't play at the weekend or last week. Van der Beek didn't play at the weekend or last week. Pogba didn't play at the weekend. Matic hasn't played for 2 games. Martial didn't play at the weekend. So I suppose if there's anything that could be a problem, it's that lack of fluidity, because you're chucking players together who haven't played together or haven't played much game time recently.
Exactly, and that's why you've got to understand that even if this doesn't quite work, it doesn't necessarily mean it's definitely the wrong team. Like, we've got to try and stick at something at some stage and try and get it to work. Sometimes you put it together and it works in the first game, so it's easy to make a decision. And everyone's like, yeah, see, that's why we should play this. That's why we should play that. This is why Ollie's been getting it wrong. But it needs time, and these players haven't played together. So first of all, you want to just get the result, and then you want to try and build in it. But it's very hard to do that when, I don't know, we change so often, whether it's personnel, whether it's the shape, we change. So I just want to see something continuous. I just want to see something steady, where that we can actually get some continuity with our team. Because like I said, like we were just talking about a few minutes ago, we just don't know what our best team is. We're back to that stage where Ollie, I think, literally is week by week assessing what the best team is. I don't think he particularly knows what it is.
Welcome to the Members Club, Alexandra Ward. Appreciate that for joining. Jay Patterson says 2-1 United. Thanks for the super chat, Sidron. And question for you both: which players would you take from Leipzig? Hopefully we get the win in the bag, says Michael Southcombe. I'll come back to that. There's 2 things I want to say. First of all, I've just seen Ricky on Twitter saying he's very concerned about the lack of width in this team. As we've discussed before, the only winger we've got is Dan James. So basically, Ricky's concerned that Dan James ain't starting. I'm definitely not. And the second thing, George Kyle in our DM group on Twitter, I've just seen what he said. Somebody said, where's Tellez? And he said Luke Shaw's eaten him. That is out of order, George, and I'm fed up of your Luke Shaw slander. I'll guarantee you Luke Shaw's going to have yet another game where he plays very well tonight. He was brilliant against PSG, and he'll do it again. I get the fact that I want to see Tellez playing, but Luke Shaw's a very good left back. He'll do a good job tonight. He will.
People just don't want to see him do well. Like, I know about the attacking stuff, and you want him to cross more, and there's things I want Luke Shaw to improve on. But defensively, he very rarely puts a foot wrong, and he is very reliable. We just know that we can get even better in that position. That's all it is. He's not crap.
Robin Paul says, why is Van der Beek sitting on a bench a problem? We had legends sitting on the bench during the Sir Alex days. That's the level at Manchester United. I answered this afternoon, Robin, actually, because somebody said, well, look at Ziyech sitting on the bench at Chelsea. Look at Torres sitting on the bench at Man City. Yeah, look at the quality of player that Chelsea are starting and Man City are starting. We've been benching Van der Beek for Mata and James. That's the problem. There's nothing wrong with... We spoke about this a few minutes ago. If our midfield 4 was Matic, Fred, Pogba and Bruno and Van der Beek was on the bench, I'd be like, I don't really have a problem with that. The problem has been he's been on the bench for people like Dan James and Mata. And that's where the problem is. Have a good one, lads. Respect and good vibes from Sri Lanka, says Sasha. And our season has been up and down like a toilet lid, says Sean Finity, which is actually my quote, which he says, to be fair. Good, okay. Shouting people out. What one player would you take from Leipzig then? We'll ask that one very quickly. And get involved in the live comments. I know who mine would be, but I'll let Flex go first.
Yeah, it's got to be a Upamecano, hasn't it? I just think he could come straight in and not solve all our defensive problems, but he's young, he's quick, he's powerful. He actually plays really well as well, in terms of stepping out with the ball, the way he uses the ball. I think he's brilliant. I like Sabitzer as well as a wide player. I think
he's not starting. I don't know whether he's got an injury or something.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not starting. Or it depends on their shape. That's what I mean. Maybe they've tweaked things and gone a little bit more defensive to try and tuck in and stay in the game. I'm intrigued to see how they start in the first 10 minutes. Are they going to come after us? I want to see that. But yeah, I like Sabitzer as well. So it's between him and Upamecano. But I like Upamecano for sure.
Yeah, I would go Upamecano. No shock there. I think that he is. We need a centre back, and he fits that bill 100%. So yeah, it's quite easy for me. But they have got a lot of good players. I like Nkunku. I probably pronounced his name wrong as well. I do quite like him
as well.
I do like Poulsen. I don't know whether he's Premier League standard. I'd like to see him in the Premier League. Do you think Ollie had McTominay at the press conference yesterday to confuse Nagelsmann and the Leipzig coaches, says Viraj? Well, if he did, why shouldn't he? It's not a bad idea. And Ollie, Norway TV on Selection, I have both a short-term job and a long-term job. I also have some core values I believe in that the players must follow. That's from Sidron. We have a big opportunity this season to achieve something important, says Sebastian Bodry. And Mark, you're so funny. Thank you for this channel. I love watching along with you. My Man United family. Glory, glory, Man United 2-1, says Jonathan Barron. Thanks for the super chat. And congratulations on winning the Champions League. Now let's go and win in reality, says Rahul. Thank you very much. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And
2-1 win, yeah?
Yeah, mate. I shocked myself. I'd had a really crap league season, and it was Bayern in the final, and they actually did have about 70% possession. So, but I was 2-0 up, and then they scored this dodgy goal. It's happened to me twice. They put this cross in, I go to head it, and Lindelof chests it down into the path of Lewandowski, and you know what happens then? I was like, I can't understand it. I'm pressing head. So yeah, a bit annoying, but we got there. Anyway, we're 5 minutes away from kickoff. You can get your score predictions in the live comments if you want to. And yeah, look, I think ultimately it's just a real opportunity for these players, Flex, tonight, especially the ones we've been shouting to start.
100%. They've got to go and try and put in a performance. Yes, we want to have patience as a fan base, and we know we're not going to get onto them too much if they don't perform, because this crop hasn't played together in this system. But if they've been coached well and they've been working on it through the week, there's no reason why they can't implement it on the pitch. They're good enough players to do it. It's got to click sometime. So I just really hope that we're not, because you know we've been really positive in this pre-match build-up, and rightly so, because like I said, Ollie's shown intent with the lineup. So that's what we want to see as fans. But I just hope the performance matches the players that get picked, because it'd be so easy if it's crap. And don't get me wrong, if it's an absolute disaster class, then of course we're going to be like, that was far too open. That just didn't work. But I just want to see us play well, and like I said, get a performance to match the team selection. So the boys are coming out, so let's go.
They are coming out, and I think that's a good point, because many a time over the years we've demanded certain players play, and then they come in and they don't play well. And I think, I'm not saying that's going to happen tonight, but as you said, you made a very good point that if that does happen, remember, this is the first start for some of these. Greenwood hasn't had many starts this season. Van der Beek's not had many starts this season. Pogba is still, to me, I don't think he's fully fit. Matic hasn't played in nearly a month. So it's to expect them to be fluid. If they are fluid, it's an even better performance as far as I'm concerned. And we certainly need to be wary of that. And also another thing as well, I don't want to jinx it. I mean, jinx is the wrong word, but Maguire and Lindelof are still susceptible. He still thinks they're the number one. Let's just get that out there. That's not going to change. I don't think, as much as we're seeing Tuanzebe get a little game time here, and Ollie is still always going to have that as his number one parent until he buys another centre back, in my opinion. And I don't like them as a pair. And I still think they're going to make mistakes, but hopefully not tonight. They played quite well at the weekend. What do you think about this team sheet, especially Bruno being dropped and Tuanzebe and Rashford injured, or what? They're not been dropped, Harrison. It is utilisation of the squad, to be fair. Mark, you accepted the England job on career mode, so that's why you were shown Euro matches, says Ashok. Thank you. And 4-0 to United, let's go, says Nemo. I tell you what, if we do,
the music's on. Wednesday night under the lights, Old Trafford. No fans, I know, but the music's on, Mark.
That was the thing for me. As soon as you started saying that, I was like, there's no fans there, though. That's the side.
Yeah, there's no fans. It's pretty shit, isn't it? We need fans back.
But I tell you what, I'm happy with 1-0 tonight. If we won 4-0, that's the sort of performance that you do need. But I'm not going to get greedy. Yeah. I'm more than happy with more than happy with a win. But yeah, thanks for coming on, Flex, and we'll get you on.
I'll see you at half time, man. Let's go and get the W.
Cheers, pal. Speak to you in a bit.
Cool.
and you can follow Flex on Twitter at FlexUTD. So there you go. We are just about ready to kick off. I've got the timer ready, so it's me and you for the match, as it always is. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, the United stand. We're closing in on 900,000, and then after that it's hopefully going to be 1 million. But we're live every day at 10 a.m. We're live every night at 8 p.m. Lots of content, always fan opinion, always interactive. Everybody's welcome. You know, you're not a better fan if you're from Manchester than you are if you're in Malaysia. It's not the way. That's not the way it works. You are a Manchester United fan, and your opinions matter. So get involved with the United stand and subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, lots of quality on the bench. Game is about to kick off, and see you guys after the game. Please check your DMs as United Arena. I'll have a look at that now. Finally, hope to see Van der Beek. Oh, sorry, we've done that from Chatiana, and we've had over 5,000 likes on the video as well, which is fantastic. Thanks everyone who's become a member so far, by the way. You can do that by clicking the join button. That's why some people have got a badge next to their name. And McTominay in the press conference talking about effort and attitude for me was a message to Pogba to work hard and track back or get used to the bench, says Martin Richards. Well, it is McTominay who is on the bench tonight. Little bit of a cough there. Little sip of water. So it looks like they're playing a 4-1-4-1 with Holstenberg, Upamecano and Konate, with Angelino just ahead of him. But we're ready to go. We're excited to go, and I'm excited for this game. I'm hoping we're going to get the win. And Upamecano, let's keep our eyes on him. But also Konate, I think he's quite a good centre-back. The number 6 is good as well. As a pair, I quite like Upamecano and Konate. So referee, it's a 4-2-3-1. Van der Beek and Greenwood on the wing, says Quatiop. So yes, in the first few minutes, the big thing here is to keep an eye on the Manchester United system, and we're probably going to have to watch it for the first 5 minutes to get an eye of it. But it certainly looks like Van der Beek is the head of the diamond with Pogba, Fred left and right. And as I've got it on the screen, it looks to me like that's the way it's going to be. Although, how do you tell till the ball's been kicked off? I've gone 2-2 in this game, but I'm hoping United can go and get the win. And we're off. We're off. And the timer's up on the screen, which is always a good thing. So let's have a look. That's a diamond to me. It's absolutely perfect, a diamond. You can see it's a diamond. It's Matic, Pogba on the left, Fred on the right, Greenwood to the right of the attack, and Van der Beek at the head of the... You can see the diamond. You can actually see the diamond. Sometimes it's a 4-2... There it is. That's the diamond there. You can see it. You can see the diamond in the midfield right there. Look at your screen. There's your diamond. Matic, Fred, Van der Beek, Pogba, and then moving across the pitch collectively. See how Pogba switches to the left to help out Luke Shaw? People who say that you can't play a diamond and, because it doesn't give you the depth on the width. The cover on the width. Look at Pogba. He's over on the left-hand side. Matic moves across as well. Fred moves to the centre. Donny van der Beek moves to the left. When it goes to the right, everyone will do the same thing. As it's going to come to the right now, you see, Fred moves across. Matic moves across. Donny moves across. Pogba moves across. I like it. I like the start. I like the system. Welcome to the Members Club, Gordy B666. Now, the only thing I would keep an eye on tactically as well, first choice signing other than Sancho, says Zach Fellows. I do like Adama Traore. The only thing I want us also to keep an eye on tactically here tonight is watch out for Greenwood and Martial. We played a diamond against Everton, and the front two, I think, were Martial and Greenwood, and they ended up being wing backs. We don't want to see that. And United with a bit of a break there, but Martial gives it away as he tries to pass it to Greenwood. So one thing I would say is that it is definitely a diamond, which is good to see. Well done, Vandy Candy. You were quicker than me there. Who's going to take penalties, says Vishwana. Well, we've got to win one first. I do like the look of this midfield, though. I mean, it's got to work there, and then it becomes a 4-3-3 look. Van der Beek will chase the ball down. But I like it. I like this system of United. It's very hard to pass through us when we play like this. Look at Martial and Greenwood, Pogba and Van der Beek, and you square them out, and Pogba makes the tackle. It's good. It seems a much better system to me. And it's amazing because we were speaking about this on Monday. What's Man United's best formation? This. Not quite this team because I put Bruno in it, but this formation. And we spoke about how it can work and how you can box. You just follow the ball and you box them in, and you can basically box them in a 4. What we do on the ball is going to be very interesting. And Tom Sherritt says, I enjoyed the Chelsea game because it was nice to see a crowd. Yeah, Bruno's being rested and Rashford's being rested, 100%. But it's an opportunity for everyone else. Luke Shaw to Maguire. Nice little layoff by Pogba. Into Martial. Nice. Good play into the gaps there. Unfortunately, Martial loses it again. But showing some confidence on the ball there. Pogba and Matic moving it about. I tell you what, I want Matic to have a good game tonight as well. I think McTominay is a bench player for me. Matic is way better, and the quality difference in the ball distribution is really important. Good front ball by Pogba there into Martial, gets it back. Nice little movements. Why isn't Telles in the lineup, says Emil. I think he's probably injured. Fred caught on the ball a little bit there. He says play on. Pogba with a FIFA turn into Matic. Bruno is on the bench, the GOAT, yep. Oh, nice by Martial into Pogba. He's played it on. Matic, no, it's a free kick. Some nice interchanging between Pogba and Martial so far. And the free kick's been taken a bit quick. Nagelsmann is the same age as Cavani, says Sebastian Bodri. Yeah, I mean, look. We were spoilt last week with the performance in Paris, and I think tonight, tactically, we're going to get spoilt as well because Nagelsmann is a manager that some people would sack Oli for. So, I mean, to me tonight, this is 2 good teams against 2 good teams. Tactically, we've set up in a different way. Let's see how it goes. So Luke Shaw's going to take this free kick and whip it in. Not really his speciality. Welcome to the Members Club, David Attard. Thanks for joining. It's not a bad cross by Rashford. Oh, it's not Rashford, it's Shaw. And we get a corner from it, Fred. So the cross came in from Shaw. Maguire headed it down. And it ended up coming to Fred on the edge of the box, who shoots. And the keeper palms it away. Could have been a keeper. I am a keeper, me. In the bedroom. Anyway, it's going to be a corner to Manchester United. Who's going to take the corners? No Mata, no Bruno, no Telles. I'll be interested to see who's going to take the corners. Maybe Pogba, maybe Donny. Cavani is on the bench, James, and we can make 5 substitutes tonight. We've gone short, though. It was Donny who took it. Luke Shaw to the back post. Lindelof. Donny. Shaw. Oh, I thought it was going in. Hit someone on the head. It was a lovely hit by Luke Shaw. I thought it was going in. It was a brilliant hit. I'd love to see that again because he caught it. He curled it absolutely fantastically well. I think it hit Poulsen on the head. Show it again. Show it again. Yeah, Luke Shaw really hit it well, and it just hit Poulsen on the head. I don't know why he put his hand up. Liam says, are you happy with the lineup? Would you make any changes? There's 3 changes I would make if it was our first team. Twansebi for one of the centre backs. Fred out, Van der Beek back, and Bruno where Van der Beek is, and Rashford for Greenwood. But I'm very happy with the team. I mean, you can't play every game, and I think I'm happy with this team. Leipzig with the break here, Angelino, and deflects off Wan-Bissaka, and then Poulsen put it out for a goal kick. So good pace to this game. They're really getting after Fred's first touch, which, as we know, is something everybody does. But I think every United player's got on the ball. Pogba switching the play there. It's a lovely switching of the play, but no, Wan-Bissaka can't quite keep it in. First half at the moment. Good start from United. Very happy with it. We're 100 away subscribers from 887,000. So please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. It's been a good start from Manchester United. This and you know we're not going to have it all our own way. Leipzig have done well as well when they've got on the ball. Very quick, looking to pass the ball around. Campbell is number 44 for anybody who doesn't know who that is. There's no Sabitzer, he's on the bench. Danny Olmo's one to look out for, number 25. And I do like the number 18, Nkunku. Poulsen obviously is the big lad up front with the headband. And Angelino will be playing off the left. Here's Greenwood down the right. And Maguire goes up against Poulsen. That's going to be a good battle between Maguire and Poulsen. And ends up with the keeper there. Donny and Bruno should play together, but how? Says Gershon Wielanga. Well, we don't need to worry about that tonight, but they definitely can play together. You could play Donny where Pogba is in this system. You could play Bruno where Fred is in this system. Nice ball to Martial. He needed to whip that first time, but he's into the box. The cross comes in. It's lovely play by Martial. He could have actually crossed it first time. He didn't. He made a bit of yardage, and then he put the cross in, and it just went behind Greenwood. So could have been 1-0 there. And Paul Robinson says that Greenwood needs to be facing goal more. Good ball by Fred. See, if he rolled it into Greenwood there, which he does, it's just behind Greenwood. It's not a great ball by Martial, to be honest. It's not a good ball. Needs to play it in front of him. Good run by Martial, but not a good cross. I would have played it a bit earlier as well. The ball into Greenwood was on for about 5 seconds. Well, no, probably not 5 seconds, but it was on. Apparently Haaland scored twice already, says Aditya. I don't know whether that's true. People always say Pogba can't play in a system that presses. I think this game disproves that we're pressing very well as a team, says Jacob Hexamer. Yeah, and Nkunku, I really like him. Number 18. I've just seen somebody saying who's the number 18. I really like him for Leipzig. And also, obviously, we're on Upamecano watch as well, aren't we? Good start to the game, though. Tactically, you can't keep your eye off it. Oh, good overlapping here by Leipzig into the box. It's Campbell. He shoots. Wan-Bissaka clears, and he needed to. And he heads it away again. They are coming down the right-hand side a lot at the moment, Leipzig. They've not used the left-hand side as much, but there's an interception here. Donny does well. Does very well there, keeping the ball. Be interesting to watch Donny van der Beek in the head of the diamond, because as I said, he can play that position, but he's not Mr. Assist, and he's not Mr. Goal Scorer comparable to Bruno. If you look at his stats for Ajax and Holland, he's very much involved in the play, but he's not the killer passer and he's not the goal scorer a lot. He can do that. Lovely play by Lindelof. Here is Van der Beek. He's more of a I don't know how much you understand like statistics, but obviously an assist is the pass before the goal. I'd describe Van der Beek as a good second and third assister. So he's the one playing the pass before the assist, etc. But you never know. He's only 23. He can evolve into something else. Fred is doing well with interceptions. Thoughts, says Hadrian Wong. I think Fred is absolutely fantastic at that. That is Fred's strength, interceptions. Where Fred has a weakness is his loss of the ball. But I love his tenacity. And I think people have said to me you don't like Fred. I love Fred. I really like him. I think he's the only player in our team that's fast across the ground and tenacious. I think you need that in the modern game. But every player pretty much, unless you're bloody Messi or Ronaldo, has a weakness. And I think, Troy Deeney was right about Fred. Sometimes his first touch is a bit of a weakness and his passing. But I love his breaking up of the play. I think he's great at that. Felix says keep an eye on Shaw. He's starting to let his player get past him. But it's a good start. I'm enjoying this game. I don't know what anybody else thinks. Get your comments in. Give us your thoughts on the game. I like to read the tactical stuff out like that from Felix. He feels that Luke Shaw's getting a bit of a doubling up on that left-hand side, which obviously Pogba's got to help him with. But I've got to say, I quite like if you look at it, the shape of the team there, Van der Beek is pushing forward as that false 9, as the highest point of the press. And it's Pogba, Matic and Fred as a 3. And then when we get the ball, we become a diamond. It's going to take a bit of getting used to, though, because on the attack, it's a front 2 instead of a front 3, which we're used to. But I think it makes us more compact. Van der Beek looks cool-headed in possession, says Punyet. Thanks for the super chat there. Let's see, there's Matic again. I think he's played really well today so far. Into Pogba's feet, Lindelof. Oh, come on, be brave. Play the forward pass. See, that's a crap pass by Maguire. Luke Shaw's going to have to just put that... He's done quite well there to Martial, and we win a free kick. Not a good ball for Maguire to give to Luke Shaw there. He's got his back to everything, and he's being pressured. Go back to your keeper in that situation. But a good start. I'm happy with that first 15 minutes. Dembele has scored for Barcelona. God, Real Madrid are having a nightmare, aren't they? I still think they'll get through the group, but they're having a bit of a nightmare. Matic does well there, but I think he wanted a bit of a foul. Needs to get back into position. Matic is off the pitch at the moment, and now they are coming down that left-hand side again. It's a chance to whip a cross in. Maguire again, not in a good position, watching a cross go past him, but United have cleared it. Pogba with his back to goal in the corner at the moment. Needs to get rid of that. What you doing, Pogba? He's done well, actually. Done well there to pass our way out of trouble. Very good. And Pogba. Good. Good play by United there from their own corner. And then Matic just telling him to calm down. And that's the thing. I'm going to write this down for the match reaction. Matic leadership. He's telling Lindelof to calm down. I don't think Scott McTominay can do that. Pogba caught in possession a little bit there. Pogba needs to get his sharpness, though. Nice little ball over the top for Greenwood. That's going to be a foul. Vandy Candy says Matic is a leader, Serbian wall. It's so good to see that. Like, Lindelof's got the ball and Matic says, calm down, keep it. You've got no pressure. Just calm it a minute. You don't see McTominay do that. You don't see Fred do that. And that's the importance of a CDM is a leader of the team. Carrick used to be brilliant for it. I don't mean they're the captain, but they are the dictator. They can dictate the pace of a game. They can say, give me the ball, which he's doing now. They can play the ball. They can move the ball. They can keep the ball. They can tell people to keep the ball. And Matic does that job very well. That's a good ball by Fred, actually. Good turn by Martial. Into Greenwood's feet. Out wide to Pogba. This is good play. I think it's going to go out, though. Oh, no, Pogba will keep it in over on the touchline. He does well. Luke Shaw. Oh, unlucky. And now it's... is that Upamecano coming out? No, it's Kanate, number 6. And Fred breaks the play up again. Pass by Fred. Not good enough, though. Now it's Poulsen up against Maguire. Luke Shaw's back in position. Happy with this. I don't know. I don't know whether I'm just drunk on being in the Champions League. If I'm drunk on being on the Champions League, what are Arsenal fans? Stone cold sober for the last 4 years. Teetotal. But if I'm drunk on the Champions... I might just be drunk on the Champions League because I'm, I just think I love the Champions League. But I think we've done well. I think it's been a good start. I like this system. I watched us play against Chelsea at the weekend. I didn't like that system. I didn't like those players. And it gives you a negative vibe. I like this team. I believe in this team. And it makes you feel happier about watching United. All right, I'm not over the moon with the centre-back pairing, but I can live with that for what we're doing in the midfield. And I just prefer Matic and Fred way more to Matic and McTominay and Fred. Thank you. Rebecca says that Alex Telles should be starting if we want to win. But he's not fit though, Rebecca, is he? So you can't. You're right, but you can't really moan about selections if somebody's not fit. What's been bothering us, I think, is that we haven't had any. We've had players on the bench that should be starting games. Leipzig haven't really been in that much possession so far. I think they're probably sort of feeling their way into the game the first 20 minutes, which is always the way if you're an away side a lot of the time. Shay Bowen says up the Welsh. Maguire's awareness and composure worries me. He never seems to have a plan what to do with the ball before it arrives at his feet, says Joshua Bowater. That's a good point. Barca are 1-0 up. Goal by Dembulance. Also, who do you think will win the tournament this year? Don't see anyone stopping Bayern, says the Watcher. Yeah, I agree. I think that Bayern are going to be the favourites again, aren't they? But Leipzig having a little bit of the ball here. I thought it was a fair tackle by Matic, but the ref says no. It's a foul on the halfway line. Neil C says Donny needs to get on the ball a little bit more. To be fair, he's had a few bad passes. He's not really been on the ball in the last 5 minutes because he's not really had the ball into feet. But I'm happy with every performance on the pitch for United so far. I'm enjoying the game. I think this is what a Champions League game should be about. It's not for everybody, Champions League football, because a lot of teams will cancel each other out tactically. But it's high-end football, and I enjoy watching it. And I think at the moment, it's been a good watch, and it's very exciting to see United playing a different way. I'm calling it now. Lindelof Twansebi is a better combo than Maguire Twansebi, says Tejas. And Anch says Fred is our best midfielder. It's a foul off the ball on Martial. We're not going to give that, ref. Come on. Martial, has anyone ever noticed that Martial doesn't get the fouls he deserves? And I've always seen this in the Prem and in Europe. There's something about him that refs just must not like about him and go, yeah, get up. But he doesn't get half the fouls he should get. Leon says, what was your final score prediction? 2-2. I think it will be a draw, but I don't think that's a terrible result. But done well so far. Go on, Fred. Yeah, good winning of the ball there by Fred against Danny Elmo. He didn't want it, and now Pogba does want it. Greenwood on his left foot. Bang! 1-0 Manchester United, and that comes from Fred making the tackle. Pogba with the pass, and Greenwood on his left foot. Like a shark at a shipwreck, he's bloody lethal on that left foot, and it's 1-0 to United. Ollie doesn't look too impressed. I'm not sure whether there's going to be a VAR review. I don't think there will do, but look at that. Elmo didn't want that from Fred. Nearly called him Ted. Pogba slides it through. By gum. He could be offside. His knee could be offside here. Lovely finish by Greenwood. I'm just looking at Ollie's reaction, and he doesn't look... Oh, look at that. That's brilliant by Fred. That goal is from Fred. And it's given. Goal check. Is it given? I'm a little bit worried. It might be a VAR. Yeah. I said. I think he looks off, but you can never tell by the angle. Don't need that in. Yes, 1-0 Manchester United. Did you see Van der Beek there waiting for the Shaw overlap? Shaw's game knowledge is poor, says Justice So. Well, we will have Telles to come back into it. Loving this. The system looks great. Everyone seems to know their job. He's no PE teacher. Shout out to your support staff keeping you hydrated for the win. Anthony Dunn. And Maguire and Lindelof are about as solid and inspiring as a really wobbly pile of wet mud, says Jurton. Thanks for the super chats there. We can change the score. It's 1-0 to Manchester United. Let me do it. Oh no, I've done the wrong one. Oh, we just look a different team, don't we? We look like a different team tonight. Because we are. We've got a lot of different players, and I like the system. A few people saying it's offside. Well, it clearly isn't. This is why it's always very difficult, because it's the line, isn't it? There you go. We're looking at that at an angle. He's not offside because of Upamecano's elbow. Already getting assists for United. But that's Greenwood on his left foot. He's lethal. Absolutely lethal on his left foot. 1-0 United. I told you, it's been a good start. Really good start from United. But I just want to say, now I don't like VAR. It takes away the certainty of a goal for a little bit when we should be talking about the brilliance of the goal. Although, here we go. It's Leipzig up against Luke Shaw. Good save, David De Gea. Good save, David De Gea. And that's my boy, Nkunku. I don't want him to be my boy tonight, but I do like him. I think he's a good player. Up against Luke Shaw, gets his shot off. And David De Gea does his job on the front post. A few people saying there about Pogba. Lovely ball by Pogba, but I'm telling you now, that goal is because of Fred. Almost, it's a 50-50 ball, and the Leipzig player should actually, I'd say it's 60-40 in favour of the Leipzig player. And Fred is like, I'm winning that. And when he wins that, the space is there for Pogba to slide the ball in for Greenwood and finish. Good assist by Pogba. Good finish by Greenwood, but it doesn't happen if Fred doesn't do what he did. And Matic again there, strong on the back post, and he brings it away. Some performances tonight from players saying, hello, look at me, I'm back. Matic is one of them. Although Fred, he's not one of them because he's been in the team for a while. But I'm loving it. Really good performance from United so far. Nick P says, we look like a proper slick European outfit. What the hell's going on? This lot are top of the German League too. And Pogba rising to the occasion. Love it, says Sebastian. And that would have given us been given offside in the Prem. UEFA over it right by awarding goal. Offside is prevent unfair advantage for attackers. Premier League's broken, says Matt Hayes. Leipzig have just gone up a gear a little bit here. Since the goal, they've swarmed us a little bit. We don't want to be that team that scores and then concedes within a couple of minutes. So just need to switch on a little bit here defensively. We've seen that diamond can shield the back four and move across the pitch. And I think that Leipzig will try and do that a lot. They'll try and shift us from one side to the other, because the thing that the diamond has done really well is if it's on the left-hand side, Fred comes across, Matic comes across, Van der Beek comes across and Pogba comes central. If it's on the left-hand side, it works the other way. But if Leipzig move the ball quickly from one side to the other, they can exploit the space. Forsberg, number 10, of course, for Leipzig. Another good player. Not really noticed him yet. Sia says that it's an important interception from Fred. Also, Pogba has been playing with a high intensity to his game instead of the laboured, slow-paced play some people associate with him. It's Sia from South Africa. Thanks for the super chat there. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. We've got nearly 40,000 watching. Hopefully, we've hit 887,000 by now. Not quite. We're 10 away. Bottom right-hand corner. Please subscribe if you are new. Bottom right-hand corner. And get involved with the channel. The United Stand. You're very welcome. To be honest, I think that would have been given offside in the Prem. But it's one of those a bit like Mane's. It never should be. Lovely by Van der Beek. Get on your toes, Martial. Should have been on his toes there. Pogba. Well battled by Dani Olmo. You see, Dani Olmo wants it now. Didn't want it against Fred. Leipzig trying to make us lopsided passing side to side, says Vignesh. Yeah, glad, nice to see you've spotted that. Welcome to the members club, Shaleen Mishra. And Pogba is playing with confidence tonight, says Kian. Yeah, loving it, loving it. Loving this so far. It's a very fast game as well, says Sophie. Shout out to the mods. It is. And look, Nagelsmann wears crap suits, but he's a good manager. And tactically, I've tweeted about it tactically. I think United have, we've done well so far. Typical European excitement feel, isn't it? Autumnal nights, European football. Well, Wan-Bissaka's just gone through Angelino there, which isn't necessarily a bad thing with his Man City connections. Why's Maguire kicked the ball out? Why have you kicked the ball out? It's not a fucking head injury. Why do we do this? I saw us doing it with Di Maria last week. McTominay did it with Di Maria last week as well. Don't kick the ball out because some bloody opposition player has dived. There's nothing wrong with him. That's the captain as well. McTominay did it last week. Maguire's done it now. Don't kick the bloody ball out. The rule is head injury. They dive a lot in Europe. He'll soon get up if we're on the attack. Anyway, we've got the ball back now. Moan over. 1-0 United. Very much deserved. Lovely by De Van der Beek. And Greenwood. We're keeping the ball really well under the pressure of the press of Leipzig as well. The lads are starting the game good, says Rebecca Macklin. And hey Mark, just wanted to say happy to see the Don playing, says Mohammed Isris. Plus I just wanted to shout out yourself and the United Stand for the support because my dad's brother passed away a few days ago. Thank you to you and the United Stand, says Mohammed. Well, rest in peace there, mates, and I hope you're doing well. And let's hope United can provide a little bit of solace tonight in what has been a really good performance and a tactically good performance, which is always important to us. Welcome to Shaleen Mishra, latest member of the United Stand Members Club. And Mark, what's up, Mark? How's the dog? Says Ready HD. It's good. Lying in the basket as far. Yeah, I can almost see him from here. Hello. I can actually, just through the gap in the door. Half an hour gone. I do think it's going to be a tight game, though. I think the next goal is going to be really important. Rachel McLaughlin says, "What do you think the score is going to be?" I said it would be a draw. I'm not dismissing Leipzig at all. And he's given a foul here for a bang in the face by Pogba. He's not happy about it. Van der Beek knows how to make his way out of tight situations. IS used to playing the pressing football, says Vignesh. Yeah, definitely. There's no foul there by Pogba. Pogba doesn't play well with Bruno on the pitch, says Big Moss. Mate, where were you 2 months ago when we went from was it 7th to 4th with Pogba and Bruno? God, people are flippant. Anyway, this is a good opportunity for Leipzig to put a cross in. Remember, in the second half, we do have a website, the United Stand. I'll be dropping the link in about 70 minutes in. You can do the player ratings so that when I do my match reaction at the end of the game, I'll mark my players and it will give me your aggregated score. We had about 20,000 watching, voting after the PSG game. Basically, you mark every player out of 10, 6 being average. You put a star next to your man of the match. And then you submit your score, and then everybody who does that, it will aggregate one total score from however many thousand people voted. But that's in the second half. It's clear to me Donny is not a 10 but an 8, says Sebastian Bodry. And I agree with you on that one, by the way. I don't think he's a number 10. And Pogba is overrated. This isn't an agenda, but he ain't as good as he thinks he is. He ain't no Bruno, says Sean Negative Turner. He's doing all right tonight, Sean, to be fair. I'm struggling to see how Bruno and Donny couldn't play together here, says Tommy B. And when Greenwood starts with the A team, Man United has only lost once to Sevilla in the semis, including a 9-3 in the EPL. That was from 0 now. Poulsen's a genius at buying free kicks, making it tough for Maguire and Lindelof to challenge in the air, says Mark Fletcher. Greenwood, one look clinical, what a player, says Joseph. You know what? When Greenwood ran through, that's why I said he's on his left foot. On his left foot, he's unbelievable. I mean, he's a very good strike. He's a very, 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 very good finisher anyway. But Upamecano coming forward there. Wan-Bissaka makes the tackle. Midfield's been cracking so far. Love from Dublin Mark, says hi you. I think Ollie will be very happy with this performance so far. I'm certainly very happy with it. I hope you are at home. It's been very, very good. Very good from Man United so far. Upamecano is the up and coming centre back we need, says Emil Garcia. There, I said it, so no one else has to. I nearly couldn't say it, mate, to be fair. But no, I mean, looking at it in a tactical performance, as you can see, we've got the players on that side, and I mean, if you take, I'm trying to think which players are there. If you take Matic and imagine that these three players in front of Matic are all moving across. When the ball's on the left side, he comes here, and that whole three in front of him comes across, so that Fred's basically there and Matic is here. But that whole section there is basically moving from one to the other. So the diamond stays the same. It just moves across from one side to the other. And that's why it's so effective, because you're blocking passing lanes both forward, sideways and backwards. And Matic has just been booked, actually. I need to stop controlling him because I've just got him booked. That's not a yellow card. That is not a yellow card. The ref's shit. That is not a yellow card. A great game from United so far, says Nathan Cussus. The tenacity from the team is such a breath of fresh air. United beating Leipzig at their own game with the press. Thank you very much. But no, I think that I think what I just showed you there really does explain how it's working in that midfield. And you know, I'm sure Bruno and Rashford are looking at this thinking, I wish I could play in this system, because that midfield moving across as a diamond from one side to the other makes it very hard to get through. You do shield your back defence. And in many ways, it's better than what we've been playing. You know, the 2-3-1. You've got two up front, and then you've got four players who are hunting in a pack, as opposed to this boring shield of McTominay and Fred, who don't really offer much in a creative sense, and are just sat there defending in front of a back four. Ayabalo, thank you for the super chats. But I'll be very happy with this. Get to half time. Reassess. But we also, what I would say is, and it's very early days in this game, and I'll be very surprised if it says 1-0, is Nkunku against Luke Shaw. Wins the free kick, does well. Good player Nkunku, I think I've said that a few times. But what we've also got to be careful of is that we don't become the jack of all trades and masters of none. Remember, we played a 5-3-2 against PSG. Remember, we've played in the league, we've played 4-2-3-1 twice. Tonight, we're playing a 4-4-2 diamond. We do need to establish a formation that works for us. And I still think that Ollie's favoured formation is probably the 4-3-3. But we do need to... We will come unstuck if we keep changing our formation. It's absolutely fine to do it early season, but at some point he's going to have to start committing to an established team. And I like this. It's not really what we're used to as United fans, but I think it utilises what we've got, and we've got a lot of midfield. I want to stuff that whistle up the ref's arse, says Robert Thompson. What, because he's a bad ref or because you're kinky? The Leipzig manager looks like Goldbridge, in my opinion, says Jack Gleeson. I'd never wear a suit like that. Never wear a suit like that. I probably can coach like him, though. Bruno's going to score tonight, says Ash G. If he gets on. Mercer says he's not convinced that Maguire's any better than he has been. Cameron Stone says the diamond looks like our new system. I'd like it to be. Oh, Danny Olmo, edge of the box. Good block. I think it was Maguire that time. Donny does well. Maguire and Matic just gets rid of it. I mean, to be fair, If I'm totally honest, the team has played very well. But if this game ended now, I'd probably only give Donny a 6. I don't think he's been bad, but I don't think he's been amazing. He's not done anything amazing so far. And I'm a massive fan of him, and I think he's so important to this team. But again, I think I'd only give Martial a 6. Greenwood obviously scored the goal, so you'd give him a higher rate. But to me, the real performances have been Fred and Matic and Pogba. I don't think we've done enough going forward yet. Apart from score. Here's Paulson into Angelino. Seven minutes to half time. Lewis Tetley says, how do you think we'll approach the second game against PSG? Well, if we win tonight, mate, we've got 2 games against the Turkish side. If we were to win those 2, we'd have 12 points and we'd basically be promoted. We'd be through. So we could be in a really good position. But look, we've got to work now. We've got something. We've got a lead. We've got to work. And Leipzig will definitely keep coming. Welcome to the members club, Brandon Carline. Thank you for that. Thanks for joining. You can do that by clicking the join button, and you get a bandage next to your name. You get a badge next to your name. And how much do you bet that bandage on Pogba's arm is covering up a Real Madrid tattoo? Says Ewan Black. Poch plays with the diamond. I'm Ollie in to Sebastian Bodry. Well, the diamond's really funny because I've sort of moved towards the diamond in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I never thought I would do. But the disaster of the transfer window and the fact that we don't actually have any wide players who create anything. Like Rashford and Greenwood can play out wide, but they're very selfish. They're strikers, really. They're not creators. Dan James can't create. Mata's not a winger. We don't actually have any wingers, so I don't know why we play with 2 wingers. I think we've got this system we're playing today has to be the way we play. We've got lots of strikers and we've got lots of midfielders. We've got no wingers. So the diamond is actually the most logical way to play. Paulson, good tackle. Fred again. I mean, for me, Fred's probably man of the match. Here's Donny van der Beek, given a foul. Don't think it was a foul. Here's an interesting chat. Might be a bit divisive. Sea-Dog says Maguire and Lindelof are looking good today. There you go. A few people have been on Maguire's back a little bit. The ref is very soft, Soph. Very soft. He's Mr. Whippy. Right, into Greenwood's feet there. Wan-Bissaka down the line. We're not really getting out much at the moment. Hi, Mark. Do you think the Bundesliga is the second best league in the world at the moment? Says unlucky save. Yes, I do. I do. And I think the third best league at the moment, it's quite a debate as to whether you'd go Serie A or La Liga, which is amazing because La Liga for a long time was the best. We're a bit too defensive at the moment, says Christopher. Alex Craig, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you. And yo, Marky, do Ollie's contract run out next March, says Jenks1102. Can't remember how long his contract was, but he's been here. He's not even been here 2 years under his contract yet, so I'm pretty sure we gave him a 3-year contract. So 4 minutes to half time. That's the first ting. That's a foul on Martial, surely. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. You know what? I'm loving this. Can I just say I'm loving it? Welcome to the Members Club, Sam Hardwick. And Nitin says, to be honest, Donny van der Beek is higher up, so most of his work is unseen. And passes to Martial and Donny van der Beek are mostly tough. Yeah, that's what I mean, Nitin. He's not been able to get in the game enough, I don't think, so far. But look at, the other positive for me is look at the squad depth in this system. You've got McTominay who can play where Matic plays. You've got Bruno who can play in a couple of positions in that diamond as well. You've got Mata who can play in a couple of those positions. When Lingard's back, he can play in a couple of positions as well. Up front, you've got Cavani and Rashford who can play both of those positions. So Tellez obviously comes in on the left. Twansebi can play centre-back. So we've got a lot more options. I think with the 4-3-3, we can't... When we play a 4-3-3, because there's only 3 midfielders, there's too many good midfielders on the bench, and we haven't got enough depth up front if one of those front 3 get injured. I think you've got good depth in the front 2 now, And I think you've got really good depth in the midfield four. Martial wins the free kick at last. Cavani is on the bench, Neil. Yeah. Suit rating for Nagelsmann. It's like one my granddad would wear. Oh, that cross wasn't half bad. Offside. Pumpkin spice latte. It's your time of the year. I actually had a pumpkin spice latte on Monday and I bloody loved it. This is the time for a pumpkin spice latte. Sabitzer's on the bench. I don't know. Anybody know why Spitzer's not starting? Earlier, someone said Fred was the best midfielder. I don't know about the best, but possibly the most important alongside Bruno. I promise to become a member when we win the cup. Any cup. Please win something, says Stray79. Is Angelino up against Wan-Bissaka? Good tackle, Wan-Bissaka. To be honest, I think I'm the only one who thinks this is a def performance. We've been in our half for at least 20 minutes, says Tapanshu, and if we didn't score, we have not done anything. Interesting. And it's Greenwood's first Champions League goal. Good tackle by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I don't like the way he goes to ground all the time, but it's a good tackle. Tazin, I think Upamecano's played quite well. I mean, look, I don't think Leipzig have played badly. They've played their part, and I thought it would be quite an equal game. Remember, this is a Champions League semi-finalist side, and they did that without Werner. So, oh, Angelino, edge of the box. Little dink to the back post, then it'll go for a goal kick. Welcome to the Members Club, Theo Forza. And Fisticuff says, Van der Beek seems scared to me. Neat passes, but backwards or sideways. Imagine Bruno in this game. He'd be demanding the ball and passing forward when he can. Well, look, that's the great thing, isn't it? I think that in this system, it's made for Bruno. I'd love to see Bruno in the diamond. Bruno in the sky of diamonds. Mark, Serie A is second best and more competitive. Juve, Inter, Milan, Atalanta, Lazio, Napoli, Roma. Anybody can win the title apart from Roma. No, yet Gershaf, I'm talking about in relation to ability. I don't think that the Italian teams are as good as the German teams and the Premier League sides until they start winning consistently against those sides. I mean, Bayern Munich are the best side in the world. Mark, admit it, you're schooling Ollie every night on lessons and influencing him to play this diamond midfield. Yeah, you've rumbled me. The United stand basically is I am running Manchester United. Ollie is actually watching me right now. You know that when he's looking at that, he's watching me thinking, what's Goldbridge saying? Ollie, you're doing a good job. Keep at it. Smile for the cameras and don't make any changes at half time. Probably about 70 minutes. We'll get Bruno on and we'll win this. We'll win this. Nice layoff by Donny there into Fred. Drives forward. Where's his pass? He goes wide to Greenwood. Greenwood needs to start so he can develop into Van Persie, says Doyce Beast. Tony and Mason start. Rash and Eddie rotate off the bench. We've had a minute. I think that's half time. Please subscribe. Went really quick. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Get involved. What did you think about that half? I tell you what I thought about that half. I thought it was absolutely good. I'm not going to say superb. I thought it was good. I think after the goal, Leipzig stepped up, and you know we had to defend a bit. I think we need to do a little bit more going forward. We've lost the ball a lot, but I'm happy with that performance. I think Fred deserves a massive shout out. I think the midfield with Matic looks lead. You know, we look a little bit dictated to. I think McTominay and Fred get dictated to by Maguire when we play with those two. Whereas I think Matic runs that midfield. It's my midfield. I'm going to run that midfield, and I think that works a lot better for us, and that's why we've seen a more mature performance from United in that half. But look, as I said, I predicted a draw in this game. Everybody who says, well, after the goal, what have we done? You're not wrong. I think after the goal, Leipzig have gone forward more. We've had to defend more, and we've not really created anything since we've scored the goal. In fact, I don't think we really have, apart from set pieces. So, but it's a case, to me, it's a typical Champions League game between two very good sides who are almost cancelling each other out, and we're winning, so they've got to be a little bit more expansive. We need to be a little bit careful on the ball. I think Pogba's gone quiet after the game, after the goal. We've not got Pogba on the ball enough. There seems to be a bit of an isolation between the midfield and the front two. But as I would say, some of these players haven't played. We've not played this system, so you're going to have teething problems. And I think for a first try of the system, and some of these players like Matic hasn't played for a month, Donny's hardly played, Pogba's not been fit, Martial's been out suspended, Greenwood's been in and out of the squad. So I actually think for 45 minutes against a good German side in Leipzig, that's a really good half. I do agree that, after the goal, Leipzig came back into the game a little bit more. But I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. I was scared Aaron Wan-Bissaka would be in and out of form, but he has been back to titanium. He can't lose form. He will be made a fool of at the back, says Matt Morton. Well, he was number 1 in the chart show, wasn't he? And he's done very, very well. I agree with Ricky that Dan James helps the team hold its shape, but he should never start. He doesn't offer enough to attack, in my opinion, says Brendan. Do you rate Kimmich? Says keep metal alive. I think we all do, don't we? Feel like watching your career mode match with Kevin Friend as a referee, says Sunshine Digital Media Agency. And Ollie is quickly becoming a manager for Europe, says Christopher Domatru. Well, he needs to become a manager for the Premier League as well. Would you bring on Cavani or Rashford at 70 minutes? I think that's absolutely nailed on. And Donny's has been at his best today when he's been deeper and retaining possession. He could easily play where Pogba or Fred are playing, says Tommy B. I'm glad that's getting noticed because I've been on about this. Although he can play as a number 10, I don't really feel that it is his best position. And I think he could easily play that role that Pogba or Fred are playing. It's working tonight. It's definitely working tonight. But as I said, Donny van der Beek, when you look through his career, he's not a player that gets loads of goals and loads of assists. And Donny's been... So there you go. But he's doing well. I think the team's doing well. Flex, can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear you, man.
What are your thoughts on that half?
Yeah, I just tweeted out there. Looking at the timeline, some people are like fuming. Oh, we're not keeping the ball. Luke Shaw's terrible. Pogba's balance, he's affecting the balance. I'm like, hold on, whoa. It wasn't completely perfect. After the goal, we dropped off and we had quite a bit of defending to do. But before the goal and up until the goal and scoring it, I thought we looked really good. I thought we looked compact. I thought we had an element of control on the game. The first sort of 5 or so minutes, they showed intent, Leipzig. They did what we expected them to do, played with a tempo. I thought we were good in transition. I think Pogba actually looks quite good. And for the goal...
After the goal, he's dropped off, I must admit.
After the goal, he's dropped off, 100%. The whole team has, though. After the goal, us as a team have not had the ball. Fred's been a little bit careless with the ball, for sure. But has actually got into good positions. I think Matic has done well in terms of protecting as well. We've done our jobs defensively. Wan-Bissaka defending well. Luke Shaw defending well. Lindelof, he had a burst through from centre half to try and make something happen. He's been positive. Maguire's done his job. So it's been a half of where people have done their jobs. Maybe not as well as after when we scored because we kind of dropped off. But when you drop off, or a team like Leipzig, as we saw, which they alluded to it in commentary, they went more attacking. They started playing with a bit more intensity and leaving more men up. So we had to deal with that. We had to ride the storm. And you get to half-time, you gather the troops. Like you just said before I came on, you had Pogba who's not quite there yet, not quite fit yet. He's looking okay. Martial's been suspended. Van der Beek hasn't played. People saying that Van der Beek's been negative and scared. And he's had a good few little, pieces of play where he's kept the ball, keep it ticking. Just because he's not done a through ball like Bruno all the time, just don't need to do that comparison. I think for a team that hasn't really played that system before with them players, I'm happy with that. Against a really good side as well. Again, you've got to respect your opponent. They're a good team.
Jay Ali says Bruno in that diamond will be good. Fred best player. Maguire looks slow. Bring Bruno on to finish the game. Also, United is back. Ollie at the wheel, says Tariq. And Donny is beating the press the best. Need him to play deeper. Maybe Pogba forward, says Dipan. And I like Fred, but his passing into the forwards has been terrible today. Needs to clean that up, says Michael Miro. I think we need Cavani, someone to hold the ball up front to allow us to get up the pitch, says Yusuf. And we should stop playing from the back considering their press, says Chancy Rolka. I mean, look, I'm not on social media as much because my social media is the live chat. And I do see that, I totally take on board that after the goal, we allowed them to come back into the game and we stopped doing everything that we were doing well. But I'm very, very happy with that performance. I think it's definitely proven that the diamond works. It works really, really well. The way the team is moving from one side to the other, or the diamond moves from one side to the other, it shields the back four very, very good. I don't think we've got Martial and Greenwood on the ball anywhere near enough. And when you look at the goal, it's a little bit like the goal that Rashford could have scored against Chelsea, where actually Leipzig make a mistake, Fred makes a good tackle, but the pass by Pogba is brilliant actually, because Leipzig still have a good back two defenders there, and it's the run of Greenwood and the pass of Pogba at the last possible moment. And look, maybe he's marginally offside, but I think that should always favour the attacker, and Greenwood on his left foot is going to finish that. But to be critical of that performance would be to not understand the quality of the team, like Flex says, but also the fact that Matic, Pogba, Van der Beek haven't hardly played any football for a month. Greenwood as well has not played for a long time.
Exactly. And that's a great finish for someone who hasn't played in a long time.
It's a brand new system.
Yeah.
It's a lot of players playing together who haven't been playing together against a very good, well-drilled Nagelsmann Leipzig side. So when we were never going to have that. We were never going to go 1-0 up and then go 2-3, 4-0 up. They're not that sort of opposition. So they're going to come back at us because they're a good side. And I think, we need to be a little bit careful about, they're dominating us, this, that, and the other. We're playing a good side. This is, exactly. Some of you don't remember what the Champions League's about. It's not, you don't get it all your own way. It's a chess game. And I think it's a really good half. I do.
I just don't get it. It's like, some people saying to me, you're pissed that Pogba's done well. I'm just seeing some tweets. I'm like, are people that thick? Like, I've always backed Pogba. I don't understand where that's come from. But to me,
to be fair,
like,
though, Pogba had a really good 25 minutes and then sort of went.
Yeah, and he dropped off. He dropped off like everyone else. I think, yeah, exactly. He played really well in the lead up to the goal. Great through ball. And again, what's I think making him play even better and have that platform to play is where he's playing. He's playing on the left of the diamond, so he can go and get involved with Martial. Him and Martial always look for each other. It's like as soon as Pogba plays it around the corner into Martial does the little flick, and then he's off round the corner. They're on a different wavelength, and we've seen that. There's been a couple of times, like in a defensive position, where the ball's been high up in the air, difficult to take down. He's brought it down, took a couple of players out of the game, and kept possession. Like he's playing very well. But then after we scored, the whole team dropped off. I think Fred's actually been quite solid. He's been in the right positions. He's just been wasteful with the ball at times. He needs to kind of get that out of his game. Look at Pogba driving through, perfectly weighted ball, Greenwood bang. And then a good team like Leipzig, like you said, they're gonna come back at you. Then you've got to say, okay, well, can you defend now? Can you stay compact? Can you stay concentrated? Can you not make mistakes? And we did that. So I don't really, I get it. If it doesn't continue, you don't want it to continue. But you get to halftime, you rebuild, and you go out again and try and play with more intensity.
I think it's a hard mindset. Dejan says, I'm still Ollie in, but in the near future, if he gets sacked, I'd love to see Nagelsmann at United. Nagelsmann's a good coach. How good was Wan-Bissaka? Like, hands down, our boy is back, says Dipak. If Van der Beek is a squad depth player, as Flex says, then we should agree with Van Basten that he should have weighed in options before joining United. Great half. Pogba's been taking a few risks since the goal, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Matic have been top class, says Sam. I think Matic back in the team is such a the way he's conducting that back four and telling them to slow down. McTominay would never do that.
Calm.
If Fred could pass a ball, he'd be half decent. Yeah, but Troy Deeney said, you get after his first touch, you do. But he gets after other people's first touch, and he's brilliant at it. We haven't got a player like Fred. If you can get him, that's the great thing about playing a midfield four, is that you can then have a Fred in there.
Exactly, and Troy Deeney's got a point. Like as we can see, like Fred does have tendencies to give the ball away. If Fred was a better passer of the ball, like an immaculate passer, he'd almost be the most, like a very complete midfielder. That decision making on his passing does let him down at times. But what he lacks in that, he gives you in his positioning and his tenacity. Do you know what I mean? And getting after people. And when he does get it right, he can pass forward quickly. When it comes off, it's great. But I just think he just has a little bit of lapses in concentration where he gives the ball away, which is quite annoying. But I think with this system, you can draw the attributes from each person. So with Pogba being able to drive and being further up the pitch, that's effective. With Matic just in front of the back four where he can marshal everything. Okay, he's not fast, but he's in a position where his strengths are being looked after. With Fred, again, kind of somewhere in between midfield and attack, his attributes are being looked after. And Donny van der Beek, as a pure attacking midfielder, his interests are being looked after. So the diamond kind of complements the attributes of the players that are playing in it.
Yeah. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We've got 46,000 watching, which is fantastic. Remember, in the second half, we'll be doing the player ratings that you can vote for the match reaction after the game. This ain't no Europa League team. It will be a cagey Champions League tie. Good first half, says Vignesh. This is Rashford's game. They're leaving so much space behind them. Imagine Rashford making the run, says M.A. I think our team played really nice, especially those little touches between 3 or 4 players, says Todd Hunter. We like this diamond system. Might keep Ollie for another year, says the Glazers. And with how deep Fred and Van der Beek comes, it's like we're playing a 4-2-2-2 without wingers, says Mr. Glenn Johnson. And great comments, and look at the bench in waiting, says Duncan and Tammy Hawkins. You know what I think it is for me? I think we're moving further away from Ollie ever being able to get away with playing James and Mata in a starting lineup again, which is a positive. I really like that system, and I think probably some of the negativity, Flex, comes from the fact that some people just can't differentiate from one bad result to a good result. Like, they're still pissed about what happened with Chelsea. They can't turn the page on a new result.
Like, the games come so thick and fast, and it's us as fans. Like, we just want all or nothing, innit? Like, we want black or white. We don't want a grey. And it's like, I either want to know that we're absolutely brilliant. Ricky's ringing me now. I wonder why he's ringing me. Like, Flex, we've got to get. I'm
telling you now, Dan James. If he was playing a Mata, we'd be 5-0 up. I tell you what, Flex, we'd be 5-0 up after 10 minutes, and bloody Sepp Blatter would be out of retirement and then as the Champions League. It'd be over. It'd be over.
I feel like I want to answer it quick. I just want to see what he wants.
You can. It's nearly. Fred needs to put more pressure on Angelino, who is getting way forward. Or Greenwood needs to use that channel better to ping Angelino back, says Dipan Bizwaz. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, it's a brand new system, and they're going to. It's going to have teething problems, and I knew that. So I felt that we're not going to get the perfect performance, but for a new system, I really think there's way more positives in that performance, and we're winning as well. David Gardner says, loving the game today. We look balanced in midfield and we're controlling the game. The system suits us, and Van der Beek looks great. Big improvement, says David Gardner. Yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't give Van der Beek anything better than an average 6. I don't think he's set the world on fire.
No, he hasn't.
I don't think Martial has either. It's just, we've not done enough going forward, but it's been a very good introduction to a system I think we need to stick with.
100%. I agree.
Do you know what he wanted?
No, I'm live on air, mate. I said, it goes sound, accidental call.
All right. I'm just telling you now, I'm mad. Get Dan James on. That's shit, that is. Crap half. Pogba's shit.
To be fair, he did tweet saying, look, against a really good side, we'll do well to get the result out of this. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what he says in his fan cam. But he'll be happy with Matic. We'll butter him up with Matic. Yeah. Lindelof seems to be organising defence and doing the simple things well, but we can't play from the back with the high press, says Greta. Look, very, very quickly, I don't think Maguire's played particularly well. I know that's going to be a bit controversial, but he panics.
I thought he's done all right.
I don't know. I think he's given the ball. Wrong. He's put, he took a couple of I'm talking about on the ball. There's a couple of times where he's just given the ball to Luke Shaw or Matic, and it's a really bad pass, and it puts them in danger when he could just go to the keeper. And I just think sometimes he's passing. Somebody said it in the first half. When Maguire gets the ball, I don't think he knows what he's going to do next. And I think that's sometimes a bit of a problem. But
Nagelsmann, man, like coming with that jacket because he's like, yeah, everyone's been talking about me. I want to advertise myself to the Premier League, Man United. Oh, mate,
he's a good coach. I mean,
he is a very good coach.
Younger than you. He's definitely younger than me.
Nah, he's 33. He's got a few months on me. 1 month.
Well,
33.
He's managing Leipzig, but
that's crazy.
Yeah,
actually, yeah, right there. That is mad. What
Greenwood dedicated this goal to Jeremy Whiston. Rest in peace, says Habib. Yeah, and that tragic story that is, of course, young Man City player who took his own 100%. Life.
Really sad, that man.
For the diamond width from the wing backs, is Aaron Wan-Bissaka enough, says Juno. We're going to have to work with it, aren't we? We're going to have to work with it. Anyway, players are coming out now. So, Flex, you're going to be on the after show a little bit later on?
Yeah, all good. We've got some guests coming through, some fan cams for you as well. So make sure you guys do the Goldbridge raid at the end of Mark's match reaction. We'll be live just before that. So make sure you guys pop over and check that out.
Cheers, pal. I'll speak to you in a bit.
Cool, nice one.
You can follow Flex on Twitter at FlexUTD. Donny van der Beek is just about to kick the second half off. Obviously, no substitutions from Manchester United yet. I suspect there will be at some point. I was really pissed when Maguire kicked out ball after tackle by Aaron Wan-Bissaka on Leipzig player, says Chatiana. Yeah, we've done that twice. McTominay did it last week as well. I don't know why we're doing that. But second half has kicked off. Twansebi deserves to play tonight after the PSG game, says Theo. I think he'll play at the weekend, but I think we'll probably play a back five, unfortunately. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. Right, second half's kicked off. In about 25 minutes, I'll be dropping a link in the video description where you can do your player ratings. You mark every player out of 10, 6 being average. Put a star next to your man of the match, submit your score, and then when I do my match reaction after the game, I do my player ratings, and when I click my score, it gives your aggregated score next to it. So if I give Donny a 9, but then your aggregate score from thousands of you could be a 4 or something like that. So it's good, but we'll have that out for you in a bit. Rest in peace. Football is one big family, says Harry LB. It is when it comes to the serious matters like that. Yeah, you know. Rivals, not enemies, I think is the way to go with football. And I don't think Luke Shaw fancied that there. Welcome to the Members Club, Gareth Hall. Thank you very much for joining. And will you play Fall Guys, says Furco. I have played it, and I will play it again. I haven't played the new one yet. Mark, do you think Cavani's going to be a great mentor for Greenwood? I think he's a great role model and can teach a more complete striker's game, says Akil. I think they'll all learn from it, to be honest, yeah. I'm Ollie in, but what's your thoughts on Poch now with the Diamonds, says Jake Marshall. I have no thoughts on Poch. I have no thoughts on Nagelsmann. I only have thoughts on Ollie because he is the manager of the team and I want him to do well. So I don't start thinking about other things when I'm happy with what we're doing. But having said that, Poulsen... he should have took a touch there. Cleared by Maguire. Right, come on. We've got to do something a little bit more progressive in this second half. And Van der Beek gives the ball away. See, if that's Bruno, people are going to shout at him. That's a bit of a waste from Donny there. Keep the ball, because now Leipzig have got it back again. And I do think that Pogba has dropped off a little bit. And he might have to come off, because I don't think fitness levels are going to be Pogba's strength. And that's gone out for a throw-in as well. A bit sloppy. Mark, if you only had 2 choices for a friend's wedding, which suit would you choose? Nagelsmann or Pogba? Says Nick P. What suit's Pogba gone on? I do like Pogba's suits. I don't like Nagelsmann's suit at all. Who's your favourite player at Manchester United, says Furco? For me, probably Bruno or Martial. Luke Shaw's got that. Well done, Luke. See, Pogba looks like he's blowing out his arse here. I don't think Pogba's fit. I know he's got a bit of a languid style, but he looks like he's blowing out his arse already. Martial, ooh. If we win the Champions League, you should get a Man United tattoo. It's only right, says Theo Forza. Why? I don't like tattoos. Don't want a tattoo. COVID after effects. Yeah, no, there's definitely a... No, I'm not criticising Pogba. I mean, I just don't think he's got his match fitness back. It's totally fine. You know, he's definitely not been at his fittest best since the start of the season. Put up everyone's player ratings, Flex, Ricky, etc., says Anthony Dunn. Thanks for the super chat. Well played by Pogba there to get it into Lindelof. Oh, I don't know. Some of the... We're doing well under the pressure because we're having to hit passes first time and they are pressing very well, Leipzig, and we're trusting ourselves on the ball. And again, Matic pointing where Lindelof needs to pass, which is very, very good. If you've ever played centre-back, if you've got a centre defensive midfielder who's telling you where to pass the ball and dictating it, it's really, really, really helpful. And obviously you don't get that with McTominay and Fred. Nice by Wan-Bissaka into Donny, into Wan-Bissaka. Upamecano's come across. And he's won. And it's a... Oh, here we go. People are going to want Upamecano at United now. He's done very well there, but Luke Shaw reads it. Come on, Luke, on your front foot. Into Pogba. Into Martial. Is he onside? Oh, why didn't you shoot? Why didn't you shoot? He wants a handball there, Van der Beek. On Canate. I don't know why Martial didn't shoot. Greenwood. Good shot. Good save. Should have been 2-0 there. Fred hits a shot. Van der Beek. Well, Martial here. Well, maybe it wasn't. It's not on his left foot, is it? Wow. Could have been a red card. Could have been a handball, but... Well, he definitely handballs it, doesn't he? But... Referee's obviously decided it's not on purpose. Soph says it's a penalty. He definitely handballs it. To be honest, I'm a little bit 50-50 myself. I'm like, you know, he's sliding over. It's not deliberate, is it? Probably get given in the Prem. Luke Shaw's going to whip the cross in. It's not a bad one. Oh, I tell you what, Luke Shaw doesn't put many good crosses in, and that one was really good, and it went past about 4 United players. Any one of them could have got a bloody touch on it. It's a lovely cross by Luke Shaw. I do feel sorry for him sometimes because he does put good crosses in occasionally. That was a pen. That's not a pen in the live comments. That's a really good cross by Shaw, but Martial should head that. Greenwood should get his foot on it. Neither do. Nahum says Shaw's playing well. Yeah, I think he's had a good game. Good point by James Barker. He says, how's that not a penalty, but Chelsea get one earlier? Again, I think in some games, you're going to get a penalty. Matic could get a red card here. He's already on a soft yellow. And he's told him to keep his elbows down. He's all right. He could have got a second yellow there, Matic. He jumps sort of like that and gets pulsing. He doesn't do that. Don't ever do that. That is a red. Whoa. I'll tell you what, I like Canate and I like Upamecano. I think they're good. They're very good, powerful, quick centre-backs. And there's not a lot between them. Upamecano, a lot of people... Oh, that's a good cross as well. Maguire gets it caught under his feet. Martial does well. Oh, go on, Fred. And we get the free kick. Bit scrappy. Chris Kinzo says that's never a penalty. Well, it wasn't given. And to be fair, the ref is playing with common sense a little bit there. He didn't give the penalty and then he didn't want to give a second yellow on Matic. Martial's got to shoot there. Where's the striker instinct, says Matthew D. It's because it's on his left foot, mate. I think he should have shot as well. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We're nearly on 888,000. Bottom right-hand corner to do it. Here's Fred into Greenwood and we go back to the halfway line. We've got to go forward. Pogba, Van der Beek. Oh, nearly. Nice little flick. CJ says Upamecano is massive. He's fast as well and he's good on the ball. Oh, Lindelof, bad takedown. Forsberg's buzzing around. Thanks for the super chat, Jake. If you want to know, there's videos about it. I'm not talking about it on here. Olmo, nice little ball. No, Wan-Bissaka gets rid of it. Angelino pushing up high. Fred's everywhere, says Curtis. He is everywhere, but he needs to keep his shape. The diamond has got to be kept. See how we're moving that diamond around? It's getting a little bit stretched at the moment, but you can still see the diamond. Pogba, Matic, Fred, Van der Beek. That's got to be a United throw-in, surely. Bloody hell. Guess who says, imagine up Meccano and Twansebi. What's Maguire doing? That's not. That would have been a soft penalty on Poulsen. This is the Fred I love. Fred, Matic complement each other, says Jack Brown. I'll tell you what substitution I would like to see. Not yet. Not yet. But I would like to see Pogba off. Van der Beek go where Pogba is and Bruno come on. Because I don't think Pogba can play 90 minutes. Another cross coming in from a free kick. Ooh! Cleared by Matic. And again. Oh, watch out. Is Forsberg on the back? And it's a corner. Maguire and Poulsen getting handsy. Keep an eye, says Mr. Glenn Johnson. It's a good game. Good game. My local team Dundalk to beat Arsenal tomorrow, says James Shields. And while Martial hasn't scored, he's won about 6 free kicks, says Mark O'Brien. A Champions League football, when you're playing against good sides, it's going to be tight. Meccano and Konate up for this corner. Martial heads it away. That'll be a goal kick. Jay Mayhew says, do you think we could win the Champions League? Do you think Man United could beat Bayern Munich? That's the thing. I think the last couple of years, I felt that the Champions League was wide open. I don't think it's wide open anymore. I think Bayern Munich are comfortably the best. And I don't think United... The thing is, I don't think United's defence would be good enough to beat Bayern Munich. Do you imagine Lewandowski up against Maguire and... Nagelsmann has told his players target Pogba and Matic because of the yellows, says Usman Javid. Stephen Riley says Cavani and Bruno will come on soon. Ooh, refs let it play on. Look at Matic. Oh, Bruno, look at Matic. Donny, look at Matic. Maguire, look at Matic. It was Donny, he had a bloody pass to Matic. I don't know why he didn't play it. He went for something a little bit clever. Why didn't Donny pass to Matic then? Well, United end up with a throw-in, but could have just slipped him in. He definitely saw him. I don't think it was a matter of not seeing him. It's a bit like Martial when he didn't shoot. Lovely play, though. Pogba into Martial, into the box. Good recovery tackle. And I think he's got a goal kick out of it as well. Konate did really well. RB Leipzig playing 3-4-3, and with the yellow, I hope Matic can keep calm, or we might see McTominay in, says Fabian. Also, Cruz 23. Martial is not a natural striker. We should be going up 2-0 at this stage. Too often we don't stretch our lead. We need a striker to put in a second or third. Well, it looks like Rashford's going to come on. That pace up front. I imagine he's going to come on for Greenwood. I think somebody else is coming on. You'd imagine it's going to be Bruno. To me, I would take Greenwood off for Rashford and Bruno on for Pogba. Just because he just doesn't look. I think it's a good hour for Pogba. Pundits think Van der Beek is a number. Scott McTominay's coming on, even though Ajax play 4-3-3 with no number 10s. Oh, for fuck's sake! So we're going defensive, basically, aren't we? I think he's going to change the system. I'm disappointed by that. He's going to change the system. Iqbal says pundits think Van der Beek is 10, even though Ajax play 4-3-3 with no number 10s. Good point. Well, if McTominay's coming on, we're changing the system, because unless he's going to take McTominay off, which I think is disappointing. But he did it last week against Paris Saint-Germain with half an hour to go. He changed the system, so give him his due. I just don't want to see the diamond change. Sabitza's coming on for them. Ollie has found his mount in McTominay. It's just Sharath Kamath fitness. I don't think Matic is coming off, Sav. If it's for Matic, fine. I don't think it is. Matic has to come off because yellow. Told you 2 DMs, says Mr. Glenn Johnson. And anyone else think Donny van der Beek looks like Woody Harrelson? Says Ringo. Or Jamie off Made in Chelsea. If anyone has ever seen that. Martial. No, Van der Beek. Good run by Martial. Van der Beek goes over, but nothing in that. And now we'll see what the subs are, because there's a Leipzig player down injured. Could have been a penalty, that, you know. That could have been a penalty on Van der Beek. Rashford and McTominay coming on. Matic off. Well, if we're going to keep the system right, I'm not too fussed about that. Ricardo, I thought that was a penalty as well. And Greenwood off. I mean, at least we're keeping the system. And I thought Matic played really well. So, look, big job for Scott McTominay now. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to, you know, if we were going to go to holding 2, I'm happy with it. We're keeping the same system. I think Rashford for Greenwood, good substitute. I think they're good subs. I do. I think they're good subs. Matic on a yellow card. McTominay just sits in front of the back 4. I don't rate McTominay as much as Matic. That worries me a bit, but ultimately it's a switch for a... Oh, see, McTominay again, giving the ball away. I know he's only just come on, but... Scott gets opened up so easily, says Chris. Well, he's just got to be disciplined in this second half. Player ratings we can do in about 10 minutes. What are we on? We're only 65. We're not even 65 minutes in yet, are we? Been a tough old battle, this. Fred's everywhere. Yeah, I think Fred's my man of the match. I still would think about taking Pogba. I don't know why I'm talking to you like that so the cameras can't hear. I mean, you can all hear. I'd still take Pogba off for Bruno and put Bruno as the number 10 and Van der Beek on the left. Good cross coming in. What a save! Oh my life! What a save by David De Gea. That's world class again. What a save! What a reaction! Look at this. It's point blank range. What a save by De Gea again. In slow motion, it's fast. That is absolute. He's back to his best, De Gea. You know, people say Wan-Bissaka's back to his best. David De Gea's back to his best as well. The reflexes there. It's quicker than Billy Wiz, if anyone remembers him. I mean, it looks a good save in slow motion, but that you play that in real speed, it's literally boof, boof. It's like that. Magnificent speed by De Gea there. They shouldn't play it in slow motion because it doesn't do it justice. Dara says you're being over dramatic. No, I'm not being over dramatic. I'm clarifying it. It's like because they play it in slow mo, it doesn't look like a good save. It's so fast in real life. There's only about 2 meters apart. It's a good header, and he's like that, massively quick. James Hackney, stop moaning about it. I've explained it so many times. I think it's been a very equal game. It's a bit like the Chelsea game at the weekend, but a better United 11 and a better opposition. Oh, he's going to give a free kick there. Bruno! Do you know it is Bruno? Oh, I've got to mess that up, but he's coming on. Bruno's coming on. It's got to be for Pogba, not Donny. Ollie's got a Donny agenda if he takes him off. Poulsen spent more time on the floor. Great save by De Gea, says Lee Taylor. And it's Bruno for Donny. Should have been Pogba. I'm disappointed by that. I don't think Pogba looks fit, and he takes Donny off. Fucking hell. And this is what worries me about the Bruno and Van der Beek thing. There is this media-driven bullshit that you can't play both on the same pitch, and it's nonsense. Absolute bloody nonsense. I don't even think Donny van der Beek is a 10. I think he's been played too high up pitch today. I think he's got way more energy and more of the passing range to play slightly deeper where Pogba is. But this bullshit has been put out there that he's a number 10, and I think fucking Ollie probably believes it. He's not a number 10. Dean says, for fuck's sake, Donny isn't a 10. Playing him at 10 when he's off the pace against the strong press is doing him zero favours. Way too high up the pitch today. I agree. I'll talk about that in the match reaction. Good tackle by Fred again. Let's break quick. Go. Mark McTominay. Turn McTominay. Rashford. That's got to be a foul. He's got to give a foul. Bruno on this. Goldbridge scores. FIFA 21. Real style. Little bit of a curl. Spin. Bang. It's not FIFA though. I agree. A lot of people are saying Pogba doesn't look fit. I agree. Free kick here though. Bruno's having this. Get out the way, Fred. Get out the way, Rashford. Pogba sit deep and distribute. Fred McSauce can't, says Mr. Glenn Johnson. Who would you buy for Man United, says Furco48. Well, no one at the moment. The transfer window's shut. Let's talk about this free kick. Rashford's walked away from the free kick. Bruno said, get away. Get away. Fred might hit it, but you're not. Bruno, little dink. Martial, oh, went for something a little bit clever there. Should have scored. He should have scored. He's got to make. Martial's got to make a connection on that. Little dink over the wall. Clever. Clever free kick. That's a free kick on McTominay as well. Starting to win a few free kicks now. Slow the game down. We should change the lineup to reflect the subs, says Jay Haynes. Just ask. You don't need to wish. You're not bloody Cinderella. Just ask. I'll do it. It's not a problem. So, substitutions are... Rashford's on. Bruno's going to whip another cross in here. Van der Beek is off. Pogba flick. And he's given a free kick. Matic is off. Can't find McTominay. I don't really put him near the first team normally. McTominay is on. Hello. There you go. We've done it. There's your team at the moment. Bruno should not chew gum while playing, says Jenks 1102. Why not? Can't remember that. Have you ever seen that film with Sylvester Stallone in it called Cobra, where he's a detective that chews a match? That's just Bruno's ting. He's doing well. He's doing well since he come on, Bruno, as well. I like him in the long sleeves. And this is the great thing, isn't it? You can take off Greenwood and you can bring on Rashford. You can take off Van der Beek and you can bring on Bruno. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. We're only 100 away from 888,000. So bottom right hand corner, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to be putting up the player ratings in a minute that you can start voting for on the website for the match reaction. You get your votes. In fact, I've got the link already. If you want to be one of the first, you can just go straight to theunitedstand.com. But I will be dropping the link in the video description as soon as I've emailed it to myself, because I get it sent from our web editor. So I have to send the email to then do it on me thing. Oh, Bruno's in on the right-hand side. You won't be doing that at the moment. Bruno cross. Oh, it's a lovely cross as well. Pogba just should be attacking that front post better. I think that's a cracking cross. I don't know about you. I thought that was a really good cross. Watch it back. He's well onside. I don't know what we're looking at there. I think I've never seen so many fouls in one game since Sharath come out fitness, and I think this is a good cross by Bruno. I just don't think Bruno Pogba can't get there, to be fair, but it's a good cross. Bruno. Came from Sporting like Cristiano. Fun fact, chewing gum actually helps with controlling your breathing, says Stephen Alexander B. There you go. And short sleeve over long sleeves. Never like long sleeves, says Genwell. And Rashford scores! It's 2-0! Manchester United. Is he onside? Is he offside? I think he might be offside. Nobody's really celebrating because he's offside. I thought he was offside, but you just don't know in this post-VAR world. Pogba to Fred. He's on. He's on. He's onside. That's 2-0. He's onside because he's on the halfway line. Why is he not celebrating? That's a goal. It's a lovely finish by Rashford. Super subs. That's a goal. He's got to be onside. He's right onside. Goal check. VAR. Goal. I'm changing the score. I'm waiting for this. Kiss it. That's onside. That is a goal. Give the goal. You know it makes sense. I can't believe they're taking so long. Get it! 2-0. Rashford smiling. Bruno with the assist. Big smiles. Lovely finish. The pace. Ollie's done it again. Substitutes City. Nagelsmann's upset. It doesn't matter. It's 2-0 to Manchester United. It's a lovely pass by Bruno as well. Absolutely world class by Bruno. No look pass really. Lovely finish by Rashford. I'd have finished that though. Would have took me about 10 seconds longer to get to the goal. And they'd have caught me up. But it's a cracking goal, and it's going to be a very, very good result for Manchester United in the Champions League. We're going through to the... We're going through. We're going to have some Turkish delight next week. Magnificent. He's onside because when the ball is played, it's in his own half. So you can't be offside if you're in your own half, effectively. For anybody who doesn't know. This is why Bruno is a 10 and Donny van der Beek is an 8. Well, United are absolutely bossing this group at the moment. Welcome to the Members Club. Mass, thank you very much for joining. And also, Mark, be honest, would you not love it if we win the Champions League but get relegated, says Irfan. And Rashford makes it 3-0 to Manchester United. Oh my God. He smashes it home harder than a racehorse pissing on a wet flat rock. And it's 3-0 to Manchester United now. And from what was a good performance, again, the substitutions of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the half an hour to go, it's... Let's watch this back. It's a terrible... It's Fred again. It's Fred again. Fred in there. Tenacious Fred. Rashford gets away. His third goal in the Champions League this season. He's on fire in the Champions League. He's conquering Europe. But it's down to Fred's tackle again. And Rashford in a front two looks very, very lively. No keeper's going to save that. The finish is absolutely brilliant from Rashford. 3-0. And Ollie does celebrate that. He's there. Look at me. I'm Ollie in. I'm king of the world, Mum. I'm king of the world. I tell you what, Ollie is so optimistic. He farts party poppers. He's so happy all the time. And he really let one out there. Well done. But it's down to Fred again. Absolutely brilliant by Fred. He's got to be man of the match. Cavani's coming on. 3-0. I can't type quick enough here. There's so much going on. Oh, I can't. Can we play in the Champions League every game? We're doing tings here in the Champions League. Magnificent. Fred the Red. He's been brilliant. He's been absolutely brilliant. And Rashford's on a hat-trick. And the thing I love about this is the fact that for the second week in a row, we've played a really good team in Europe. We've played a certain way for an hour. Then we make subs or a tactical change. And we take the game away from people. We took it away from PSG. And we've done it again here. I must just say as well, top line of the video description should be there. Sorry, second line of the video description. You should be able to... Let me just click and make sure it works. Yes, it does work. It does work. Links in the video description. Player ratings. We'll be talking about this in the Match Reaction show straight after this show. I go live with my match reaction and I do my player ratings. You can be part of that. You can vote for your player ratings on the website. The link is in the video description. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being average. Put a star next to your player to your man of the match and submit your score. And then when I'm clicking my player ratings live on the show, it will aggregate however many of you vote score against mine. So I think in the PSG game we had like 20,000 votes. So links in the video description. Get over there and do that. give every player a mark out of 10, and Ollie, and put a man of the match star. But I think we know who the man of the match is going to be today. For me, it's very, very easy. Just wondering if anyone thinks that Rashford's cross comes in, headed over the bar. Let's just start backing Ollie, whoever he picks, says Robert McCormack. Not if he picks Mata and James. Surely Ollie must stick with the diamond system going forward. We've looked solid defensively and dangerous going forward, says Joshua Bowater. Rashford's off the pitch work is distracting Martial, says Cruz23. Twansebi and Cavani are coming on because you can make 5 subs. I'm going to compile a dictionary of Goldbridge quotes. Farting poppy party poppers, says Sean Finity. And where are the people calling Ollie a PE teacher now? Sit down, says Simon Heldon. Well, Ollie Outers just shouldn't watch us in Europe. And look, remember, this is very, 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 very good opposition that we're playing. Like, Upamecano and Konate are very good centre-backs. PSG play, Leipzig play with a lot of tenacity, with a lot of quick play. And you know, you can't knock this performance. Surely Ollie, yeah, we've done that from Joshua Bowater. I'm going to, yeah, I've done that. And Pumpkin Spice Latte, can I just start naming people who are crapping on Pastor Fred's name, please? People slating Fred in the chat needs to start watching United play. And we should get a Premier League manager and keep Ollie as the Champions League manager. So Storyfire. Maybe they could do a job share. Maybe Poch and Ollie could do a job share. You know, Poch just manages for the Premier League and Ollie does the Champions League. Martial into Cavani. I don't know what system we've gone to now. I think we've gone to a 4-3-3, taken Pogba off for Cavani. So we're actually, you know, he's actually gone a little bit more expansive now. Ollie's getting greedy. Another memorable night. Ollie was a super sub. Now he's bringing super subs in, says Abanaf. Oh, please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. We've got 45,000 people watching and we're only 100 subscribers away from 888,000. So bottom right-hand corner, subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner to do that. We are 8 minutes away from the 90. United are definitely going to win and we will have 6 points from 6 in the first 2 games from playing PSG away and Leipzig at home. I don't think many people would have predicted that. With the Turkish team to come next twice, if we win those 2 games, we're through. Oh, Rashford. He's nearly just scored one of the best goals in Europe there. Martial doesn't like it because he's been a bit greedy, but that's just the way it is, Martial, I'm afraid. There you go, Twansebi at right back, says Shady. This would have been a great goal by Martial, by Rashford, to be fair. He's on fire at the moment. Imagine a PE teacher beating last season's finalists and semi-finalists in a row, says Clayton Daniels. And there you go. Well, you've done that. Marine, my favourite part about this whole game is the fact that we started off with quality and we brought on quality, says Marine. Exactly. And it's a really, really, really good point. Enjoyable. Very enjoyable. And Bruno's been real quality since he came on as well. I wouldn't forget that one in a hurry. We just got to go and beat Arsenal on Saturday. I think that's the only thing I would say. We've got to go and beat Arsenal on Saturday. Because we're doing so well in the Champions League, we need to start getting 3 points in league. Here's Rashford again. There's goals here. They're wide open. You've got a 4v3. Martial. Penalty, surely. It's a definite penalty. He's got to give the penalty, and he's given the penalty. Sabitzer on Martial, and I wonder whether Cavani's going to take it. Martial should take this. He's onside. I don't know whether it is a penalty, you know. I think he might get the ball. No, he gets Martial. He don't get the ball. Well, Cavani might pull rank here and take the penalty. I'll be interested to see. No, Martial's taking it. He's won it. He's taking it. A big statement if Man United... the funny thing is, I said Man United won't win this game 4-0 tonight. It's not going to be that sort of game. It's the Champions League. You don't go and win 4-0 against RB Leipzig. You do go and win 4-0 against Leipzig because Anthony Martial makes it 4-0 and Manchester United have gone and bettered what they did against PSG. And I'm really pleased for Tony because I think he's been a bit frustrated tonight. You know, Rashford's not played him in a couple of times. He's had to put a lot of work in and he's got the goal that he really wanted. So Anthony Martial makes it 4-0 to Manchester United. What a game, what a statement, what a performance. And are we now starting to see from United this bench that actually makes a difference? Because we've seen it today. We started off with a good side. We brought hungry players on and they've reacted to that in a very positive way. Very happy. Very happy with this from Manchester United. We've got to take it into the Premier League, but look, we've took it into tonight. I was excited about tonight's game. I didn't play it down. I said it was going to be a really important game tonight, and it certainly has come to pass how important it's been for United and how we've stood up to it and put in a really good performance, especially second half. I think first half was good formation-wise, but second half, we've totally deserved this. I don't think anybody could deny that. And we've swarmed them. And it's Bruno. He tries to play... Cavani's offside. He's offside. He tried to play him in. I did my best to play you in there. Get onside, Cavani. I could tell you were offside from here on that one. What a game. What a game. I'll tell you what, if you don't give Fred man of the match in your player rate, remember you can do your player ratings. I've dropped the link in the video description. Mark them out of 10, 6 being average. Put a star next to your man of the match. Submit your scores and we'll talk about that in the match reaction show. What a result. What a result. As I said on Twitter, if you're Ollie out, don't watch us play in Europe because he's absolutely run... You can't not... How can you be Ollie out, really? I mean, how can you be when you see United do things like this? We're a weird club, aren't we? We're a weird club. How can you be Ollie out, really? And I get it. I think some of his decisions have been odd, like Mata and Dan James starting games. I think that is odd. But, I mean, realistically, he ain't going anywhere, is he? Get behind him. Let's hope we can take this into the Premier League. I'm loving the thing is, I was so excited when we qualified for the Champions League, and I'm loving the Champions League. It's great. It's absolutely great. Past managers and unworthy players have stained Man United's name in the last 7 years. Hope these results restore some pride in our fans, says Anamish. Also, the important thing with Cavani is that he still scored, says Lessard. Yes. Why isn't anybody talking about the face that Upamecano having a bad game and being humiliated by Rashford, says Shady. Thanks for the contribution, Byron Caldwell. Arsenal fans will be worried watching this. Your next guys says Martial FC. Let's be a bit careful about that. Whoever said 4-0 pre-game, I took it at 41 to 1. Thank you, sir, says Joseph. Well done. And Bruno should have finessed that and done a Goldbridge career mode, hitting it top bins. If you know, you know, says Ricardo Fidelgo. Well, I tell you what, I've won the Champions League today, and Man United may as well have won it tonight. Absolutely fantastic. Got to put respect on McTominay tonight. Good game, says Denver. And Ollie Alters hiding in a bush like Homer Simpson, says the Jordat. And I need this grit in the Premier League. Rashi taking on players and not second-guessing his shots is refreshing, says Parth. Do you think Cavani will actually add anything to the team? Because at the moment he's only been played last few minutes. I think with Cavani it's about fitness, mate. He's got to get his fitness up. He's not at that level yet. 4 minutes added on. Yeah, with Cavani, you're going to have to wait for his fitness levels to get up because he hasn't got them at the moment. Yeah, Rashford has taken his chances, but it's Bruno who's changed the game on its head, says Tushar. Thanks for the contribution from AJ as well. We're not worried. Get ready for the Arsenal, says Zane. Mate, you're only as good as your last game. You're only as good as your last game. And I think we all know that. We all know that. We beat PSG. We drew with Chelsea. We beat Leipzig. We could draw with Arsenal. We need to be better than that. Here's Martial into Rashford. Hat-trick! What a goal! Martial with the assist. It's 5. It's 5. I tell you what, Leipzig. Red Bull don't give you wings. You just doused yourself in Red Bull and thought you were going to fly tonight. You're like a sticky load of crap with flies around you. That's the only flies you've got. Flies around you as your sticky syrup falls all around your arse. 5-0. 5-0. And I'm talking about Red Bull. Red Bull. But Martial with the assist. Rashford with the finish. 5-0. Absolutely brilliant. Boom, shakalak, says Alpha Gaming. We've sent a message tonight. We've sent a right message tonight. Rashford hat-trick. 4 goals in 2 games in the Champions League for Marcus Rashford. That is a message and a half. Ollie will be loving this. In fact, he'll be thinking, I wish I could have kept some of these goals back for Arsenal. But Martial and Rashford, they look great. Love the diamond. Jan Argafiotov's just tweeted that I don't think Manchester United will activate Upamecano's release clause tonight. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. Can we appreciate how freaking good Fred was today, says Reflection. He has been fantastic. He really has. I think Manchester United have been fantastic, though. I mean, this is music to my ears. Absolutely love it. Who would have thought we would be sat at match ball in Rashford's hand? He only came on with half an hour to go. Absolutely battered a team that's top of the Bundesliga, that's done absolutely fantastically well. Don't worry, had the 5-0 at 81 to 1, says Joseph. And also 4 games in a row with the opposition team not scoring, says Paul Holloway. We're winning the Champions League, says Nazoo. Look, I'm going to be doing my match reaction and we need to get over to there. I've dropped the link in the video description for the match reaction. Loads and loads to talk about. But please as well, the second link in the video description is the player ratings. Get over there. Vote for your player ratings out of 10, 6 being average. Put a star next to your man of the match and then submit your score because we're going to go through that. And I think the player ratings are going to be so important in the match reaction show because there's been some amazing performances. How can you not give man of the match to Marcus Rashford? Well, I'm not giving it to Marcus Rashford. No way. So tune into the match reaction. I'm going to be live in about a minute and a half on the link in the video description. And in the meantime, do your player ratings. Manchester United 5, RB Leipzig 0. See you on the match reaction show in a minute.